Are you or someone you know just as involved? Are you or someone you know in need of support services? Don't worry, Fitting Back In got you covered. We offer life skill workshops, career development, job search, substance abuse counseling, and more. We are located at 2121 North Harvard Avenue, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74115. Give us a call at 918-592-3500. Follow us at Fitting Back In Tulsa. Also, visit us on our website for services at www.fittingbackininc.org. Our services are available only in Tulsa County.
Looking to take your event to the next level? Looking to take your event to the next level with professionalism and energy? Contact World One Development. We host events, have radio personalities, offer community engagement and videography. We also do live radio remotes, red carpet appearances, create promos, event recaps, drops, and flyers. We also create customized advertising packages to promote your business, organization, or program. Visit our website at world1development.com. You can also reach us on social media at World One Development.
Alarm off. Cat alone. Turn this up. Sun peeking through the curtains, we already in gear. Whole town tuned in, bring your coffee over here. Dial locked in, yeah, you know how we do. It's the community wake up with news you can use. Woo! Community wake up morning show. Charles and Damali on the go. News you can use right here, right now. We break it down, put it in your lifestyle. Charles got the headline straight, never hollow. Damali got the game plan, moves you can follow. Traffic and the weather, what's popping at the school. From the block to the boardroom, we keep you in the loop. Yeah. Community wake up morning show. Charles and Damali on the go. News you can use right here, right now. We break it down, put it in your lifestyle. From the front porch to the car bustle, keep it light, keep it real, keep the hometown muscle. Turn it up, let the whole crew know you rockin' with the community wake up morning show.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Community Wake Up Morning Show with Charles and Damali. Welcome to our space. I am Charles.
And I'm Miss Damali.
And we are here to deliver news you can use, culture, and conversation that move community forward every single day.
Yeah, so today is our theme is trusting the process. Now, you know, sometimes that's very difficult to do.
I don't trust it.
Okay. Yeah. So we will be providing listeners with valuable information about our theme and what it means to community. The goal is to inform, empower, and connect community each and every morning.
And the vision is a stronger, smarter, much more engaged community. Welcome to the show. Welcome to this Thankful Thursday, this Throwback Thursday. Grab one or two of your throwback pictures and post it. Let the people know what you was really working with back in the day. I was seeing some throwback pictures with Mom yesterday. I was like, oh, I'm going to leave that right there. Anyway, you're locked in on NYCU.FM radio station. We also live and syndicated locally on KBOB 89.9 FM, where we get to tell our story our way. Don't forget about the Juice Radio Show, our youth program where we allow kids to do impactful things locally, nationally, and internationally. So just go to 1216 North Lansing Avenue, Suite D. Go see Uncle Bobby E. And he gonna get y'all hooked up. And we're also on YouTube, the official World One, that one is spelled W-O-N, the official World One Development news that you can use, but you got the absolute best seat in the house today. You don't even know what you signed up for today. We got a special guest coming in studio, and they're gonna be dropping nuggets and gems and all kind of stuff. You don't want to miss it. Now, if you follow us, you know who it is. If you don't follow us, don't go now. Don't go follow now. Just stay locked in because we got you. Damali.
Yes.
At Grandma Table in Tulsa, Oklahoma, home of Black Wall Street on the historic Greenwood. How Dias feeling on the day? How you feeling? How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good indeed.
Yeah.
Today is the birthday.
Uh-oh.
The 37th birthday, as a matter of fact, of my middle daughter, Keisha Johnson. And so we are super excited about today just because, everybody ain't making another trip around the sun.
Come on now. Happy birthday,
some of
Keisha
us are
Keith.
checking out. So, for her to be able to make another trip around the sun and to be able to celebrate with her 4 beautiful little children,
right,
is a blessing. So we're excited today just to be able to say happy birthday to Keisha one more time.
Yeah, and I knew Keisha before I knew you.
You did.
So me and Keisha go way back to the back. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
When we first started EduRec, I might be wearing EduRec in honor of Keisha today. I'm over there. All these little girls show up. This is way back. This is 2013. And I'm like, man, I can't do nothing with y'all head. I can't grease your scalp. I can't wash it in the bowl. I know school. Started Monday, but I can't do nothing for you. But I was at church and I tapped a young lady on the shoulder. I said, Keisha, I don't even really know you like that. You're pretty, but got a little gangster in you. But anyway, I'm just coming to say, will you help me out with all these little girls? She said, you know what, I will. And you know what? They even got a sister named Kimmy. She do her too. I said, oh, you got people? She said, I got people. Let me tell y'all something. They forever got a space in my heart because they pulled up at EduRec. Let me tell y'all something. We had about 40 or 50 little girls there. Mm-hmm. And their hair, I'm not going to say the rest of it, but the hair was herring. Is that cool? The hair was herring. Man, they came in there about 4 o'clock, y'all. And these little girls were starting school on Monday. They stayed in there till like 9:30 or 10 o'clock. Mm-hmm. Free services, and all those girls looked like princesses before they left. And we did that for about a year or two. Mm-hmm. So I'm forever grateful for a sister that sows into the community, into little girls, and always have a heart for people. But understand about Keisha, don't roll up onto her too fast because she gonna pray for you. But if you do something to her, Houston, you got a problem.
What does the saying say? Don't play with me, pray with me. That's what you better do.
Put it on her. She need to get a permanent hat.
What you better do.
And a shirt because she's the sweetest, most nice. I'm talking about she gonna give anything to do. It's great with kids. She was our after school teacher for 2 years.
Yeah.
She helped kick us off, man. Them kids, kid. She was a little woman that lived in a shoe. Looked like for the kids everywhere. And it was no problem with her. It was like seamless for her to deal with them. So Keisha Keys, happy birthday. 37 is a good number.
That's the one thing I can say about her. She has always been the one. She had kids later in life.
Right.
But she was always the one that she was the best godmama ever.
Yeah.
The best big sister ever, even though she was second in charge.
Second in command.
Yeah, she was second in command. But yeah, she was just, absolutely has always been a jewel working with kids and, just doing what she can. So, hats off to her, and today is going to be a great day for her. So we're excited. So tomorrow we'll give you the lowdown of what happened on today.
Right.
But yeah. Today was
happy birthday,
it's gonna be a good day.
Happy birthday,
Keisha.
Birthday. Today is your day. I'm gonna get something to you too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some people, it's good to say happy birthday to you, but then lay something on me too. So I'm gonna lay something on you so you can drop it on us.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yes,
good
absolutely.
Damali, it's Thursday. It's been a week.
It's crazy.
The week was going slow, and then it seemed like it kind of sped up. Mm-hmm. It is so much good stuff, y'all, happening in our city, and I'm just really hoping, Damali, that people are taking advantage of all the stuff we laying down. Like our guests is coming in. We had a super guest in early this week. We rolling it out, Damali. We said the community wake up wasn't going to be just about us talking. Right. We was going to bring the people to make the decision, the people to pay the bills in here, so y'all can have a front row seat right at home. Y'all at home with robes on. Mm-hmm. AJ got his robe on. He just came out the J-Bone Lounge. He got his Folgers in his cup, the afro. Look, you got to think about it, Damali. Every day they don't have to move. Yeah. Rain, hail, sleet, or snow, we here, but they can chill at home.
Yeah,
tap into what's going on, local, national. And turn off the tube if you're young. If you're young, the tube is the TV. Just turn that off and listen to some good every day to kick your day off because you're gonna get what you need. Damali, it's your baby birthday today, so I know you don't even want to be in here. Yeah. I can see balloons, the balloons and sparkling and glitters all over you because the smile is on your face because. How good is it to have a little one get to 37, being honest?
Man, I mean,
today's time.
That means a lot because that's what I was saying earlier. Everybody is not making it to 37.
Nope.
There are some people that are checking out a whole lot earlier. And in the land of mental health crisis,
come on.
when things start going crazy, then people are, unaliving them on their own selves.
Absolutely.
Because they can't deal with the pressure.
Right.
So, it's just always a blessing. I'm happy for any birthday that happens, because if you are celebrating a birthday, I'm celebrating with you, because we all don't make it, So to be able to be around for this amount of time, is just an absolute blessing. And, I'm just excited. I look for any opportunity to have a party.
And one thing I love about Damali and I is, look, now we will show up at anybody's graduation. We're in there clapping. We got tears. We throw a fan. They be like, "Who you got graduating?" We like, well, nobody.
Nobody really. Yeah, but we're just excited.
You got 300-400 kids out here, and we the type of people that we understand that when the young kids are graduating, that at least this group made it. And I don't have to know you. I don't have to know you to celebrate you. You know. Now the only thing that Molly won't do with me when I'm trying to encourage her, somebody touch her, is I'll show up at your reunion. If anybody say domino. If anybody say let's play some spades, if I see smoke on the grill, and if I hear it's a family reunion. See, when I hear that song right there, I start feeling tingly all over. So I'll show up.
Not tingly.
All I gotta do is find Cut and Pete and go, what's going on, Unc?
Yeah,
you have one uncle that had too many drinks?
Yeah.
What up, nephew? What up, baby? Get what you want, man. And people be looking like, is that? Because look,
family.
Look, folks, let me tell you why I do that. Folks ain't seeing each other in 2, 3, 4, 5. They don't know who the nephews is. They be like, man, who is that? Yeah. Oh, that's the one that probably, he was born out of wedlock. That's probably, you know what I mean? They're going to start a room on you, but they're going to let you eat, play dominoes and spades. And if you got good energy and you smile and have fun.
Yes.
And I've been doing that since I got here. But nevertheless, I'm everybody's cousin. So if you run into me, we family. Damali don't be wanting to do that. She just keep on driving.
Right.
I'd be like, go on without me. I'll be having barbecue sauce on my mouth with a mouthful of potato salad when you get back. Watch.
Now, and I will say, but bring me a plate.
Yeah. And then she gonna text me. It do look fun over there. Yeah. So bring me a plate. I bring you
I don't know them folks.
Later on tonight, shoe. I'm keeping up with everybody, y'all. If we gonna make it, Damali, we gonna make it together. Because if you think about it, when you was growing up, man, you had access to everybody in the community. Everybody knew what each other kid was doing. Everybody was be there. Everybody get each other ride. And I really wish we could get back to that. But now you can't trust nobody.
Now you got to watch them with your good eye.
You sleep with one eye closed and one eye open. You move into a new neighborhood. If people bring you cookies, you don't want to eat it. As a matter of fact, you don't even want them in your yard.
Nope.
Like everybody.
What you doing over here?
Everybody in the ring camera talking to you through the door. Who you bag up for my...
Look, Richie said Charles passed the ribs and sweet potatoes.
That's what I'm talking about. Cause look, let me tell you. So y'all think I'm playing, but I'm so for real. So anyway,
yes, absolutely.
We got a great show lined up for y'all today. So you buckle up, hit that share button, text a friend, and to tell another friend that we live.
Yeah, we are live. So it is 12 minutes past the hour. 88 degrees in Tulsa, Oklahoma, home of Black Wall Street. Greenwood is the place to be.
It is.
So we're going to go ahead and jump right into our morning affirmation, just because we do have a special guest coming in a little bit later, and we want to make sure that we give them the time that they deserve and need in order to give this information to you guys.
Can I ask you something? It's hard for me to come out of it. I'm like, Lord, Damali got me again. But I just want to ask people one thing you're grateful for. So Damali, as she reads the affirmation, I just want everybody to think about one thing you're grateful for. And after she read it, we're going to come to the live, get some shout outs. But we want to know what you're grateful for. Damali, if you had to just think of just one thing that you're just grateful for on today. It's a lot to complain about, but what are we grateful for?
Family.
Woo! You grateful for family. You know what? I'm grateful that when the Lord was picking people to wake up this morning, he said, get y'all some breath. And I woke up. I'm grateful to be among the land of the living, because people is not waking up nowadays. So I'm extremely grateful that God said, you know what, Charles, your work is not done yet.
Right.
You got another day to try to get it right. Get stuff in order. So what are you grateful for as Damali reads the affirmation and we're reading on the line? We want to know what you're grateful for. We got to be grateful.
Yes, absolutely. So let's breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Y'all know yesterday I got a little excited. I almost forgot to do the breathing, and I backtracked to do it. And it's so funny because Teresa and my mom was like, if Teresa hadn't said it, I was gonna be on it. So hey, I'm on it today.
That's good stuff. Breathe in and breathe out.
Breathe in and breathe out. So today our theme is trusting the process. So here is our affirmation. It says, I trust the timing and the process of my growth. So let's break that down. The first piece says, I trust. Trust means believing that progress is happening even when you can't see all of the results yet. Trust allows you to remain patient, stay hopeful, keep working, and avoid comparing your journey to someone else's. Trust reminds us that every season has a purpose. Believe that your hard work and growth are leading somewhere, even if you can't see it yet. The next piece says the timing. Everything doesn't happen at once. Some opportunities come quickly, others take months or years to develop. Timing teaches us patience, preparation, wisdom, and gratitude. Sometimes delays are opportunities to become ready for what's ahead. Not everything happens when we want it to, but it often happens when we're ready for it. The next piece says, and the process. Growth is a process. It happens through learning, practicing, making mistakes, overcoming challenges, and gaining experience. Every step teaches us something valuable. Even setbacks can become part of your success story. Every experience helps you grow. And the last piece says, of my growth. Growth isn't measured by how fast you move, it's measured by how much you learn, mature, and improve along the way. Real growth includes stronger character, greater wisdom, deeper faith, better decisions, and healthier relationships. Focus on becoming better, not just getting there faster. So, what does this all mean to community? Well, communities grow one step at a time. Neighborhoods improve because people remain committed. Businesses grow through years of service. Organizations become stronger through consistent leadership. Young people develop through mentorship and encouragement. And community transformation is a process, not an overnight event. So the strongest communities are built patiently, one positive step at a time. So the Black Wall Street lesson is this. Black Wall Street wasn't built in a single year. It grew over time through vision, discipline, cooperation, and persistence. Families saved, entrepreneurs reinvested, educators prepared future leaders, churches strengthened the community, and every generation added another layer to the foundation. They trusted the process and remained committed to building something greater than themselves. Great communities aren't built overnight, but they're built over time through consistent effort. So the bigger message is this. This affirmation is about patience, perseverance, trusting God's timing, and embracing the growth process. Because meaningful growth doesn't happen instantly, it happens one lesson, one challenge, one opportunity, and one faithful step at a time. When you trust the process instead of rushing the outcome, you develop the wisdom, character, and resilience needed to fulfill your purpose. So the affirmation takeaway is I choose to trust God's timing and embrace every step of my journey. Every lesson I learn, every challenge I overcome, and every season I experience is preparing me to become the person I am called to be and make me a greater impact on my community. And this has been this morning's affirmation brought to you by Build in Tulsa.
Just want to thank Minister Damali Wilson for bringing the word on today, this morning, and making sure that we have a solid foundation to build on. So Damali, we got to pass the plate. Let me tell you something, Damali, that's worth passing the plate on.
Yes.
If you want to support Damali's ministry, just go to world1development.com and hit the donate button, because I'm telling y'all something. This is what our world need more of. Instead of waking up and getting on Facebook, waking up and just running straight out the door, waking up and cussing and fight, we need to wake up with an affirmation. We need to wake up with something that gets into our ear that helps settle our spirit, settle our mind, and let us know we're going to be all right. And while dropping a gem on you, dropping some on you can add to your day, add to your back pocket to make it. But I'm telling you, when you was reading that, trusting the process, we hear that all the time. It's one thing to hear it. It's another thing to endure it. It's another thing to implement it. So Damali, how you feeling? Because Damali was reading, so y'all can't see this on the live, but when she be reading, sometimes she do this. Oh, I'll be like, oh, hold on. And then I'll be like, I seen that. You know how you been at church
Yeah.
and you be like, it just hit you just,
Yeah.
here we go. Damali, trusting the process. I got to ask you, and I'm going to ask y'all on the live. When you think about trusting the process on this Tuesday, baby Friday, what does it make you think about? Who maybe told you that? Or maybe you have to tell yourself, man, I got to trust the process. How has that been for you? Or what did it make you think about trusting the process?
You know what? Trusting the process has always been hard.
Man.
And I am not even going to lie to you. Because some things that seem so simple and it seemed like they should just happen so easily.
Right.
And then you have to go over the river, through the woods, under the earth, and, come back up again. And, all of that in order to get to the end result.
Right.
And it is very difficult. It is very, very difficult. But I can say time and time and time again, in trusting the process, I haven't been let down yet. Yeah.
Say it again.
I have not been let down yet in trusting the process. The process may be difficult. The process may be long. I think about even when we talk about like the children of Israel, how they're wandering through the desert, when they're wandering,
40
it's like,
years.
what in the world? Only to find out that it was part of the process.
But check this out.
Because you can go from here to there really quickly, but you miss all the lessons in between that you needed to learn.
But Damali, you went to Israel.
I did.
So you seen what the desert was.
I did.
The crazy thing is it really wasn't that far.
No.
Because when you be reading that they were in the wilderness, you thinking, oh my God, this was a terrain. It's a lot was going on. But when you get to make a trip to Israel and they take you and say, it's not that far.
No.
The question is, what's distracting you?
Whoa. Hello.
What got you unfocused?
Yeah.
Who grabbed your hand and say, go with me? Come on and go with me. That's a song, huh?
No, we ain't
Come
going
on
over to your
my
place.
place.
No, we ain't going.
Don't finish my song like that. But you got to watch the people that say, come on and go with me.
That's right.
Because people will take
Real
you on
talk.
a trip.
They'll take you on a trip.
Look, I tell my kids this. You can run into a person in the elevator, Damali, and they can change your life forever.
That's right.
You didn't even know them. You bumped into them in the elevator, and they could change your life forever.
Right.
In whatever process you could have been on the right track and met somebody. Now you way over here and fell way off the process. I think about it all the time, to be honest. A lot of it, I played football, basketball, and I did track.
Yes.
You talking about trusting the process. For all my athletes out there, you know what I'm talking about. Because when that bench get real warm and all your people up there saying, are you going to ever get in? I ain't paying my money to come see you sit on the bench. I can stay at home.
Right.
Then guess what you're doing? You sitting there. Because not only do you have to trust the process, hopefully your supportive team, and the people around you, maybe can understand that you trying to trust the process.
Yes.
You trying to rush God. You just give me a minute.
Chill
for a minute. But I'm so happy we talking about this today because I think in America, I think in our community, we sweep around our own porch a little bit on the show. That's all right. But I think one of the hardest things to do is trust the process because we in a right now microwave type environment.
Boy.
Everybody want everything right now.
Right now.
Back in the day, you had to go find the deer, find the rabbit, cut it. You had to kill it, cut it. You had to do all that just to eat a meal.
Yes.
But nowadays, you can just go through the drive-through. And you matter of fact, give me 5 minutes. I want my Popeyes now. Give me that sandwich. So trusting the process, Damali, I think the more went, but for me, you know what I have to go back and think about?
What's that?
I have to go back and think about that old slave ship. What kind of process was that?
Ooh, then that's a mental.
Then you get off the ship and you're a slave. What kind of process was that? Trying to come out of slavery and running and people chasing you and lynching you and doing all that you can't read. What kind of process was that when you had to trust it?
Yeah.
So at least for us, we can wake up and have more freedom. I won't say we free, but I think it could be a little bit easier, to trust the process. But I think we've gotten so far away from our grandparents and our great-grandparents that showed us patience. They showed us how to endure. They showed us all those things when we were still trying to rush. And they would say, just slow down a little bit.
Right.
Just slow down a little bit and just keep on living. Don't try to do everything right now. You're going to be all right. And if you do it right, you can have a long life to live.
That's right.
And you're going to get out here and kill, what they say, kill your crazy self. Trying to do too much at one time. But that trust in the process, let's give some shout outs to Molly so we can unpack this thing together. Because when you're talking about trusting the process, I want to see what the people think about it. So who we got on the line?
Okay, so dang, it's a lot of people on the line. Okay, so Uncle Brian is watching.
What's up, Uncle Brian? Welcome back to the show.
Mom is watching.
Hey, Mom.
Uncle Brian says, good morning, everyone. Yes, we can trust the process, but we still can't put all of our eggs in one basket.
You can't put them all in one basket?
Can't put them all in one
a lot
basket.
of people do.
Cousin Richie is on.
Cousin Richie, what's going on?
Teresa says, Grand Rising community family.
What's up, sis?
Uncle Brian said, and we have to stay ready to deal with whatever tries to stop our progress. I believe that. Mom says, thanks, son. I was looking good. LOL.
I know. All right, mama. Okay, mama.
Teresa says, happy birthday, niece.
Hey, absolutely.
Richie says, happy birthday. Uncle Brian says, in the words of my wife, happy birthday, Keisha baby. That is exactly what Aunt Billy used to call her, Keisha baby.
Keisha baby.
And many, many more to come. Princess says, good morning.
What's going on, Frat?
Uncle Brian says the match is set, Argentina versus Spain for the World Cup title Sunday at MetLife Stadium.
Oh, I'm going to watch that.
Okay, yeah, that's going to be good.
Yeah, I'm going to watch that.
Richie said, I already said that. Richie said Charles passed the ribs and the sweet potatoes.
Well, let me tell you something. I, too, may come to your reunion.
Right.
Have one close to me.
Right.
I'm going to pull up and don't tell on me either. Let me enjoy myself.
Exactly. Crash is watching.
What's up, Crash?
Yes, he says, good morning, family love.
Yeah, let me tell you something. One of the best people to sit and talk to is Crash. I'm like, Crash, are you really 100 years old and just look young? Crash always got the deep stuff,
Yes.
and then he won't let you, and then he make you keep eye contact. You kind of look away,
right.
be like, hey, hold on, are you listening to me?
Right.
Like, yeah, I'm listening. Go
I'm
ahead.
listening.
Give me some more wisdom. What's up, Crash?
Uncle Brian says there are several good things going on tonight, so don't watch the mess that the Orange Demon and the minions and his minions are doing. He said he brings nothing but hate and division to the world.
I just ain't even gonna do it. Watch the community wake up with Charles and Damali. We got some good stuff. You leave it right there and turn the tube off till tomorrow.
Right. Teresa says grateful for God's blessings. Amen.
On.
Yes.
Come on.
Martisha Chow says grateful for getting some insoles for my flat feet today. I heard that.
Boy,
it's the small things, ain't it?
When them feet hurt, ain't nothing right.
Baby.
When the feet, now that's your transportation. Let me tell you what an old wise person told me, Damali, and
What's
I
that?
do this. Two things you got to always take care of. And
What's
this
that?
is when I was a kid.
Yes.
You got to take care of your hands
Mm-hmm.
and you got to take care of your feet.
Yes.
Because they said as you get older,
Mhm.
you don't want them bunions
Yes.
hanging out on you,
Mhm.
ingrown toenails, and all. They told me that young. So if you notice, I always take care of my hands, feet,
Mhm.
because they said because as you get older, them the things that you don't want to go out on you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Your only
You
transportation
need 'em, yeah.
is these dogs, and you don't want them barking. Dogs start barking, you got the trouble. So take care of your hands.
Right.
Take care of your feet. You're only gonna get one set.
Okay. That part. Terry Harvey says good morning.
Terry, what's up, brother?
Yeah. Jackie Emerson Weary is watching.
Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the show.
Teresa says when your feet hurt, everything is all bad.
Have you ever seen somebody when their feet hurt? They it's like they're walking like they're on hot coals.
Right.
It's like, what's wrong? And I seen a guy yesterday. He was at the event center. I could tell his feet was hurting. He just coming to the day like he was swimming. He was doing this. His feet, he was dragging his leg. I was like, oh man, that's a hip or ankle.
Right.
Feet.
Something going
Everything
on.
got something going on. Yeah.
Jennifer LaCour is watching.
Hey, what's going
And
on,
she
Jennifer?
says good morning.
Morning.
Jackie says, good morning. Not feeling my best for the past 4 or 5 days.
Man.
Resting. Please keep me in your prayers. Miss the fun and vital information that Charles and Damali provide. Well, Jackie, we're going to be praying for you, sis.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we want you to
Absolutely.
get better for sure. We want you to be on the live, giving your input to the community.
Yeah, we're gonna just say you experiencing your healing.
Amen.
We'll do that.
Amen. Uncle Brian says it's what we always say about God and Jesus. He may not come when you want him, but they are always right on time.
Always.
Right. Uncle Brian says get well soon. Arlisha Walker is watching.
What's up, Arlisha?
Teresa sends up praying hands. Cousin Richie sends praying hands to Jackie. Duke Durant is watching.
Duke.
What's up, bro?
Boy, what's
Yes.
going on, Duke? Hey, Duke, when you go on tour, take us with you. We just want to introduce you when you're on tour. Boy, Duke is something, huh?
Yeah, he is a mess. I love him.
Right.
All right. Vicky Carter says, thankful for God's timing. I affirm the affirmation, trusting the process.
Trusting the process.
On. Jennifer LaCour says, how good God is. His faithfulness.
Right. Amen.
Duke says, trusting is tough, but it's necessary. Noah, Nehemiah, so many examples. I can't come down. Okay.
That's real talk. That's a bar.
Durant said, Deacon Charles, preach.
Come on. Come on.
Teresa says, trusting the process is having patience and understanding to endure the struggles.
Right.
Even when it's uncomfortable and difficult or challenging, you come out stronger and wiser. Jennifer says, praying for you, Jackie Emerson Weary. And Uncle Brian says, beautiful affirmation. This speaks to my soul. This reminds me that I have to be patient and trust Jesus's process. If you can weather the storm and walk the path Jesus leads us down, grace and riches beyond belief are just around the corner for those who trust the process.
There you go.
That's good, Uncle Brian.
Preach.
Jennifer said, y'all preaching.
That's what I'm saying. It's church. I'm just saying, let the church say amen.
Okay. Crash says, thankful for another day and mentors who pass down God's wisdom.
Come on.
Ain't
that big?
Yes, that's some good stuff. Yes.
That's why when you're young, appreciate these veterans you see around.
Yeah.
Sit down with them, talk to them a little bit, because if you make it to your 50s and 60s and 70s, 80s, it hadn't been easy. You want to know about that story?
Yeah.
It can help you miss some of these speed bumps and crashes along the way.
Exactly.
If you check it out. Damali, trusted the process. Let me ask you a question. I'm going to ask the people on the live. What is the most difficult process to trust? There's a lot of areas that you got to trust the process. You might have to trust it with your wife, with your husband, with school, with your kids, with your career, with your business, with your church, with your pastor. Sometimes you got to trust that your pastor, like his toupee coming off. He ain't doing right. But real talk, I ain't gonna mess with the pastors and their toupees. My bad. Lord, forgive me. But Damali, when you think about what process would you kind of say, and we'll do a couple of them, so not just one, and I'm actually out on the live too, I'll unpack a little bit, but what process would you say is hardest to trust?
Well, I would say one that for me in my lifetime, and I always revert back to me because I can talk about myself and can't nobody complain about it. But was when I made the decision to go from corporate America to becoming an entrepreneur.
That was a hard process to trust. Ooh, that's some trust to leave that cushion.
Man,
you sitting back with the cushion with the remote in your hand.
Exactly.
The lights are turned down low. Your air feel good, and now you're gonna get out here into the unknown.
Listen, that guaranteed paycheck I knew on the last day of the month and the 15th, I was getting a check.
And you can pay your bill.
And I can pay my bills. Baby, in this world of entrepreneurship,
you waiting on the Lord.
You be like, come on, Jesus.
Lord, right.
Listen, they going to cut it off in 2 more days. Come on, Jesus.
And they keep calling your phone too.
Yes, and they going to keep calling your phone. But I always liken it to, I made the decision. I said, Lord, I'm either going to sink or I'm going to swim. And I just made that decision 13 years ago.
Right.
And I've been swimming ever since. Sometimes it's a dog pedal, sometimes it's a, backstroking, sometimes it just depends. But I've always been moving forward,
right.
And I've been trusting the process this whole time. And I'm thankful and believe in God that there are some things that are about to shake that's going to solidify the fact that I trusted in God, and by me trusting in God, now he's bringing that thing full circle. So y'all gonna see in the coming days, we got some things that are cooking in the pot.
Right. And I'm gonna name one. We're gonna come to the live because trusting the process can be in many different areas. It's what it means to you personally, and everything's welcome at Grandma Tech. I'll tell you a process that I just done grown to just trust less and less. And it's the trust, and you hear it all the time, just trust the process. Just wait, just give it a little time. This country we live in. This country we live in, this United States of America. I don't watch my great-grandparents trust the process. Came up with nothing. Watch my grandma and grandpa trust the process. Nothing. Watch my parents trust the process. Guess what, Damali? Nothing. Be patient. Do what's right. Just give us a minute. Just hold on. It's coming. Now, you're watching everything else prosper. You're watching everything else go forward. You're watching everybody else be taken care of. And now I'm 50 plus. And I realized, I'm going to have to trust my own process. Yes. Because at the end of the day, nobody's coming to save us.
That's what I say all the time.
So that's one process. And I'm being honest when I say it too, that I just be like, what? I can get weary. I've been weary the whole time with this process. But the government, the state, or the city, trusting those processes, that's a tough one for you, buddy. Can I just say that? Is that fair? Now on the live, I'm going to go back and give Damali one, then we're going to come to the live. Again, the question is this. Man, as adults, so no matter how old you are, what process do you find is most difficult to trust? Damali, back to you. We got to do at least 3, and then we go to the live and unpack this, because this is Grandma Table. We finding some nuggets because we're going to talk about it, and then we're going to come back and say, well, here's some things I've learned to do to help through the process. We ain't going to leave you with the weary stuff. So what's another process you would say just in your life that like, man, it was difficult to trust this process?
I would say the dash. And this is what I mean. There's the idea that you come up with. Then there's the dash, and there's fruition.
Ooh, the process is that dash in the middle.
The dash in the middle, baby. That dash in the middle, you like, ooh, I can miss the whole dash. Yeah. Let's get from the vision to fruition. Right. All that in between, woo, Lord have mercy.
That's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
That's a hard process.
That's a hard process because there's so many variables that come in the middle, you know, where that dash is. There's so many variables that come into play. And so, you know, just trying to overcome those, because sometimes it's hard enough to get from the vision to fruition.
Right.
You know, just whatever that looks like. But then it's all the other stuff that comes in, you know, kids acting up, church people doing crazy stuff, people talking about you, laughing at you, you know, just all of that comes as a part of that, you know, so that dash in between all the things that you go through in order to get from vision to fruition.
That's real talk. Me and Damali going to do 3 and we coming straight to the live. So y'all get ready. I'm going to say one, Damali, and I'm going to see what you think about this. Because this is a tough one. I don't think just for me. I think this is a tough one for a lot of us. Trusting the process that I raised my kids right. Now I got to take my hands off and let them do their thing. And I got to trust that process.
Right.
And not try to be a helicopter, try to keep extending the parenting. See, you laugh. You got extension of the parenting.
Right.
But be honest, to raise your child up, they done graduated and got through college.
Yeah.
Now you have to trust what you raised them to do and not try to still make all the decisions for them.
Yes.
Not judge them, not give them a chance. You got to trust that what you put in them is going to manifest in some good, because one big thing for all parents is it's a reflection, or most people feel like it's a reflection on them, how their kids do in life.
Right.
Because every time you run into your old friend, how your kids doing? Don't let one be in jail. Oh, Lord, girl, one of them, little JJ, done went to jail again. But you raised them in church and you took care of them.
So it becomes about you. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Some failure that you had.
And now the parents got to find a way like, man, I don't want, and I know I did everything right, but I don't know his journey or her journey. But I think trusting the process that I raised my kid and I did what I was supposed to do. Now I'm just going to trust they're going to become something. My biggest thing that I have to try to trust is, Lord, don't let them swing on a pole. Lord Jesus, touch him. Don't let them. We can work through a lot of things, but please don't let the heels come slide. Lord, please help me. I always tell my daughter, they be playing with me, but look, my daughter's coming, Dad, it's getting tight. Don't play with your daddy. Because what we not going to do now is some other stuff we can explore.
Right.
But Lord,
not that.
We don't want the people to change in their pocket looking at your baby. But nevertheless, I will say, and it's true, because it's an ongoing thing.
Yeah.
It don't stop after they graduate from high school. It don't stop after college. Every time, then when they get, here's another thing, when they have a kid. Now you got, like, don't you kill my grandchild. You don't even want to trust them to feed your kid. Like, I mean, but trusting the process. You got to call them to remind them, did you get the baby? Did you get him up? You know what? Forget it. Bring him over here to me. Bring him over here to Nana.
Exactly.
Bring him on over here to Grandpa.
Exactly.
Don't
the baby on over here.
Yeah, but just trusting the process that of what I've done, and I'm saying that personally with my kids, that they're gonna be okay, and I can let God take them from here.
Yeah.
So trusting that process is one. We're gonna do one more and come to the live. What is the most difficult thing when you think about trusting the process? Do one more, Damali. I do one more. We come to the live so we all can unpack this trust in the process.
The silence.
Oh, when the Lord is not speaking?
When the Lord is not speaking and people done walked away. Because people are laughing, they talking, they don't have the faith to believe, you know, and so sometimes you're just sitting there all by yourself with your own thoughts.
Look, and won't nobody take your call.
Won't nobody take your call.
And the messages are full. You can't even leave a message. They got to clip.
And you just got to sit there with your thoughts and marinate in whatever it is, whatever the situation is. And that's the, you know, when you got to believe and find a higher power, you know, like I tell you, you know, you can call him whatever you will. It could be Jesus, it could be Buddha, it could be Allah, it could be whomever, you know, but you need to have a higher power at that moment in time, because it's going to come a time when it's quiet. All the friends you thought you had, they gonna go away, and you're gonna be sitting there, you, yourself, and you,
Right.
with your own thoughts. And so that silence sometimes is like, Lord, is this
Man, that's
really part
tough,
of the
Damali.
process? How am I stuck here by myself
Right.
with all of this that I know, all of these people around me? Because sometimes it can still be silent when you in a room with a million people.
Right.
It can still be silent.
Right.
So can you make it through that process, when it's silent?
And this is my last thing. When you say trust in the process, I'll say a struggle is when it seems like everybody else stuff is going just fine.
Boy.
And they progressing.
Boy.
And they ain't even living right.
Mm-mm.
Lord, they ain't
Like
even
I'm
doing
going
right.
to church. I'm fasting.
I'm going to church. I'm fasting. I'm praying. I ain't going to the club no more. When you doing everything right, and it seems like everybody around you is doing everything wrong, then how am I going to trust the process when he do everything? He got the big house, the big car. She got the big job promotion. She ain't go to college. She lied on her resume. She still got the job. So what kind of process am I trusting when everybody else is cheating the system?
Yes.
And it seems like they all with it.
Yes.
I'm going to trust this process when
Yes.
I'm cheating too. Forget that. I ain't
Yes.
finna miss mine.
Yeah.
So trusting that your character,
But then it goes back to, what did we talk about yesterday? Endurance.
you got to endure, because everything that comes fast don't mean that it's good.
That part.
You know what I mean? And that's when you have to have the seasoned veterans around you to say, let them go ahead because they're going fast. Because typically if you're going fast, you're probably not going far.
Right.
It's the one that got a good cadence in a good space and be consistent, live something, trust in the process. Those the ones that get the longer years out of it. But I can't admit, Damali, sometimes it get tough to trust the process when it seems like everybody else that appears to you. But that's why I think you have to, I'll just liken it to this. I got to trust my own process.
That part.
See, that's the thing when I'm distracted. Now I'm driving all over the road, hitting trees. I'm all in the ditch.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at Duke.
Somebody else.
Look, I'm looking at Duke over there. I'm looking at your mom over here. I'm looking at AJ at Oasis. I'm looking at the people downtown. That person, I'm looking at all that now I'm all confused. Now I'm altering my plan and my process because, maybe if I do what he did.
Because you're watching somebody else's process.
Maybe if I did, now I done had a process, but now how you get there so quick? Oh, all I did was do this, and I do just what you said, and the results are zero.
Yeah.
It's time to come to the live. What process would you say is harder or hardest to trust? I want the producer to put one in the live because I just want to know what I produce because he's younger. I just want to ask the producer to put it in the live. What is a process that you feel like is hard to trust?
So Anna Marie Baker said, let the church say amen.
Amen. You know she got her heels on. She got heels on at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Jennifer says the hardest part is the wait.
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Who wants to wait, Damali?
Nobody.
It's hard to wait.
Yeah, the waiting, it sucks.
Yeah. I agree with you. The wait.
Cousin Pearlie says, good morning, family. I have several appointments today, but have a good show.
All right. Love
Thank you for just stopping by and just saying hey.
With your crown on your head. Drop the crown off on the live, cousin.
See, that's what it was. She just wants y'all to remember.
She just wants you to remember I'm the queen as I go. I'm going to do queen business today. And I'll see y'all later. Love you, cousin.
Vicky says the government in general, we have to remember God wins, especially in these times.
Come on, Vicky. Read that again, Damali.
The government in general, we have to remember God wins, especially in these times.
God wins in the end.
Uncle Brian says life is always a crapshoot.
You got them dice like this?
Yeah.
Look, Damali, and you blowing the dice.
Yeah.
You throw them.
He said you have to trust you can roll sevens or boxcar or your point, and you don't roll snake eyes.
Man, one of snake eyes is over.
Vicky says sometimes silence is golden. You know what? You show right. Sometimes it is. Once you get your mind right and get your mind together, silence is. You know,
my mom used to tell me I was doing too much. Mom, I'm trying to do this. She said, Charles, you know what? Sometimes you just gotta get somewhere and sit down and be quiet. That was a rule to everything.
Yeah,
Mama, look. I'm like, I know I need to get somewhere and sit down.
Be quiet.
And just be quiet for a little bit. Sit down for a little bit. Be quiet. Just shut up for a little bit.
Yes.
Oh, I used to hate that.
Yes.
But, hey.
Anna Marie Baker said, come on, sis. The silence has to be the loudest space to navigate.
That's a bar.
That's a bar.
That's a
That's
bar.
a straight bar. Uncle Brian said, God gives you children, but only for a season. Then you give them back to God and let Him guide them the rest of the way. You have to trust you instill the right knowledge and values for them to make it through this life. That's golden.
real.
Yes. Crash said, I'm with you, Charles. We have to pull up more chairs for our youth and to our elders drawing board and modify it with our future leaders' insights now. Remind them daily. We will soon depend on them.
There you go. Ooh, what did he say?
Remind them daily that we'll
At
soon
some
depend on
point,
them.
everybody running around in the neighborhood, everybody's being crazy, everyone that's struggling in the process, we got to depend on them one day.
One day.
So what did you invest?
Exactly. Teresa says, I had to trust the process when I retired 14 years ago. It took me a minute to come through, but God. And then she said, number 2, trusting that my next move is my best move.
Come on.
She's okay. I like that. Yeah. She said, I got my plan, just moving in silence. And 3, trusting that God will keep me humble and faithful to His will. I love it.
I love it.
Listen, we bringing out all the pastors
Right.
down here. Uncle Brian says, no matter what the neighbors are doing, your process for you is only for you and no one else. You can't let greed or envy lead you off of your process.
So you got to run your own race, Damali. You just got to get in your own lane, not be distracted. You just got to run your own race. That's what Uncle Brian's saying.
Yes, that's exactly what he's saying. Crash says the grass may seem greener on the other side until everyone put their problems on the table. Then you see you're on the right track. Pick up your problems with a smile and continue on your journey.
Let me tell you something, Damali, too, which this is just for real. Your body go where your eyes go. Here's the thing. If you running full speed and turn your head, you going wherever your eyes go without even thinking about it. If you driving a car and you see a nice car beside you, and if you look too long, what your car start doing?
Veering over.
So you got to always remember in trusting the process, wherever your eyes go, no matter what you try to do, you're going to start going that way. It's no way around it.
You start
so
drifting.
you got what you had to put them blinders on,
Yeah.
like them horses have.
Yeah.
That's why them horses, when they racing, that's why they put them blinders on.
Yeah.
Because if they get to running and looking around,
Yeah.
you're going to have a mess. So remember, as you run your race, you got to put them blinders on sometimes.
Exactly. And Lynette Williams is watching.
Lynette, what's going on,
happening,
sister?
sis?
Welcome
Yeah.
to the show.
So I'm going to go ahead and give you our definition of trusting the process. This is the Wake Up's definition of trusting the process. It says trusting the process means believing that consistent effort, patience, and perseverance will lead to growth and success over time, even when you don't see immediate results. So trusting the process means staying patient, continuing to do the work, and believing that every step is helping you grow.
Read that one more time for the people.
Trusting the process means believing that consistent effort, patience, and perseverance will lead to growth and success over time, even when you don't see immediate results. Trusting the process means staying patient, continuing to do the work, and believing that every step is helping you grow.
Absolutely. I'm gonna ask one more question and kind of go, Damali, what process were you in that you didn't trust, and now you feel like you missed the opportunity? Meaning, I was in college, I could have did good, but somehow I left college, and for whatever reason, I never made it back. But if I could have found a way, even though I was just 18, if I could have found a way to trust the process, I could have graduated, and maybe my life would maybe be a little bit easier with a degree. You know, or maybe the process was I'm graduating from school and should I get married or should I go away to college? I got to trust one of these processes because I got to do this or I got to do that.
Right.
In a career, you know, am I going to be an attorney or am I going to go this way and going to be a teacher? When you're 18, you're trying to make those decisions and you can start a little bit. That's that starting and stopping.
Right.
But what have you done in your life where you feel like, man, if I could have trusted the process in that, I think that it'd have been better for me if I would have trusted the process.
I think I had the opportunity to move to, Boston, Massachusetts. And the
Man.
reason I say that, the reason I say something about that is because I was 18 at the time. I'd gotten a job through COE. If those of you who went to Booker T. Washington, you know,
Man.
Cooperative Office Education.
Right.
And I was working at the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. So
You
I
coulda
had
went
a
to Boston?
federal government job. I had a
Come
federal
on.
government job. And so as I was ending my high school career, then they allowed us, you know, to sign up for positions because I'd been with the Corps for, how long had I been? I think I'd been with the Corps for 2 years.
Oh man, so you had some time in
Right. And I worked in public affairs.
Right.
You know, so that's anytime there's anything that happens with one of our dams or locks in Oklahoma, then, you know, our office was responsible for getting out the, you know, press releases and talking to the media and all of that. And, you know, just putting out information that promoted all of the lakes and stuff that that the Corps of Engineers ran.
Right.
Throughout this region. So I was working in that office. We were able to go ahead and put in to become official government employees because we had been working there for a couple of years. And one of my classmates actually did, but she stayed in Tulsa. But she applied. I applied for this job, and you apply with the federal government. You just put in your application, and then, you know, wherever your skill set fit,
Right.
then that's where they gave you a job offer for.
Oh.
And so, you know, there was an opening that my skill set fit in Massachusetts.
Wow. Boston. How old were you?
I was 18. I was getting ready to graduate. So they were like, you know, when you graduate, then we will pay to move you, relocate you. We'll relocate you to our city, you know, and help you. They were going to give me a stipend for housing.
For real?
Yeah. And I was like, nah, my mama can't go. I ain't going. I was like,
I got to take my mom. I'm just 18. She's still
I'm 18.
blocking
I
for
don't
me
know
right
what
now.
I'm doing. Nope. And so I didn't, you know, I didn't take up that opportunity. Today, I wish I had done that simply because I've never lived any place else but Tulsa, Oklahoma. And then the second piece to that is if I had done that, if I had taken up that opportunity at 18, then I would have had 40 something years in.
Right.
You know, so I would have been able to retire a long time ago because I would have retired as soon as it was time to retire.
Say, I'm done.
Yeah, I've been like, yep, I'm done. I'm out. You know, but that was not my path.
Right.
That was not my process, you know? And so, you know, that was an opportunity that I'm like, if I had trusted the process, where could I have been? You know?
Yeah, that's deep, though. I didn't know that till today that you did that. But those are the things that I'm saying that when it comes down to trusting the process, and I feel like 18 to 21 is kind of them critical years because you really exploring opportunities and what you should and should, because you don't want to get it wrong.
Right.
And then you factor in all these other things. But then, like Damali said, there's a lot of 17, 18-year-olds that took opportunities like that. Life end up on a totally different path.
Yes.
You know, from doing that. So again, the question is, what opportunity maybe you had, but you didn't trust the process that maybe you think, like Damali said, man, if I could go back, I would go ahead and maybe take the scholarship. I would go ahead. I might have got a scholarship. I wanted a scholarship to play football, but I got one for music. So I took the football and only made it a year when the music could have took me around the world. I don't know, you know? So just decisions like that. I would say, man, one of mine, something that if I went back, what would I do to trust the process more? I think when I was at Langston University, and a lot of people don't know this, when I was at Langston University, I still had 2 years of eligibility to play football. And but when I got to Langston, I was, you know, that was just a whole big story, but I'm just going to get to the point. And so I was thinking, so the coaches always asked me to play football. But in my mind, because I thought I could probably go to the NFL. Can I say that? My skills was pretty good, Damali. I just say that.
Yeah.
And so I used to work out with Noah Scarlett that went to the Dallas Cowboys. I used to work out sometime with Matthew Hatchett that went to the Minnesota Vikings. But I didn't know they was going there because then we was younger, because I didn't trust. I was like, man, if I play for Langston, how am I going to get from here to there? Because I was feeling after I had played at the University of Arkansas in Monticello, then I was thinking if I'm going to play for the Razorbacks. I'm going to play for the OU Sooners.
Yeah.
I'm on lights, camera, action, baby. So I didn't trust the process, and I didn't trust the process of playing for Langston, right?
Right.
because I thought I couldn't get to where I wanted to go going that route. But then guess what happened when I got ready to graduate? I watched people sit in my class that played for Langston get drafted to the NFL.
Wow.
And when I saw them get drafted to the NFL, they went in the 7th round, but they went on to have a pretty good career. Look up Matthew Hatchett. Look up Noah Scarlett. He passed away from COVID. That was my partner during the pandemic. But nevertheless, I was in the shower one day. I was at home, and it made me think, wow, Charles, you graduated with honors. You could have played. You could have pursued both. But I just didn't have the wisdom to trust the process that I could have got my degree and tried out and went on. You see what I'm saying? So that's one thing that as I hit 30, you know how you get old and want to try something? Yeah. My knees, the way they sit up, I can't try it. But again, coming back to the live, what is a situation? And most of the time, you don't even have to be, you can be more seasoned. But what was the time that you had maybe an opportunity that you're like, I don't trust it. Then you think, man, I should have did that. And now I'm over here and maybe not doing exactly what you want. But nevertheless, you still can make it. We'll go to the live.
Yes.
And see what the live people on the live saying.
Let's see. We have a couple of comments. Listen, Uncle Brian is hilarious. So Uncle Brian says, Lynette says, good morning, family. And then Uncle Brian says, the grass is greener. The grass is always greener over the septic tank.
Oh my God.
He also says it is truly an honor to share words and ideas with the grand elders on this post and radio station. This is a light in a world of darkness. Thank you so much, Uncle Brian. We appreciate that. Linda Jean says,
let our producer let I know our special guest is here.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Linda Jean, I know one knows what she gonna say.
Linda Jean said, Jesus, nurturing my children, a process I really didn't know. The process, I found out more of what I think I could have given to process a better life later in life. She says, I apologize to them. I taught them what I knew, which was right from wrong. Right. That was my parent. That's what my parents did. I went out and found more was out there, and I didn't blame anyone for what I didn't or don't know. Big world out there. What do you want? Go for it. You can accomplish more in larger cities if you have big goals. Man, that's great. That's good stuff. Crash said, I would have went to the Army, military, and to study electric, mechanic, or engineering technology.
Wow.
Dang.
Yep.
That's absolutely.
Yeah.
And then Linda Jean said, checking out now. Listen to the replay. Good show.
Thanks.
Yeah, she leaving. One. She had to go. Yeah, thanks for popping in for a second.
We appreciate that.
But yeah, that's great. That's some good stuff. I think that, I just think that trusting in the process is easier said than done. I mean, I just think that I think sometimes we get impatient.
Right.
Because the process, it does seem like it just takes too long. It just takes too long to get there.
Right.
But you got to keep on plugging.
Let me ask this. It'll be the last one. Then we'll take a break and we'll come back because our special guest is live in studio, y'all.
Yes.
But I'm gonna make y'all hold on before y'all can figure out who that person is. I didn't even say he or she because you thought I was gonna give you a tip, but I didn't. Damali, let me ask you this, and I'm gonna ask y'all this on the live, and we'll unpack you just for a second. Take a quick break. How hard was it, or when did you realize trusting the process of going with the Lord versus trusting your own process? Well, yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, that's still a struggle to this day. So I'll be like, Lord, I know what you said, but dang, can't I just go this way and I can just get there? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Can I just get there?
Yeah.
And the Lord's like, nope. And because you try to do it your way, you got 3 more years now.
Right. And I'm asking y'all on the live too. When was the time? Because on here, you can tell most everybody's spiritual. Just when was the time when you're like, man, I've been trusting myself more than the Lord, and I done finally figured out, to get through this. How long did it take you? Let me ask you like this: how long did it take you to trust the process that God has for you for the purpose of your life? How long did it take you to say, I'm gonna trust that process and I'm gonna trust it?
Let me see. What was I? 30 something, late 30s.
And you in church all your life.
Yeah.
You've been walking with the Lord all your life, but it took the 30 something to say, okay, Lord, I done tried it my way 15 different times.
Yeah.
And every time I put this stew together, it don't smell right, it don't taste right, it don't look right.
And I think because I'm really kind of a get it done kind of person. So if I, if there is a goal, whatever the goal is, I'm like, okay, this is where we got to get to. Okay, bet, and I'm on it.
Right.
And so, it's like, okay, Lord, but this is taking too long. I'm like, listen, I really could have already been there.
Right.
And the Lord's like, no, there's stuff you're supposed to learn along the way. So that's why I got to do. Yeah.
So what Damali is saying is you told the Lord, and see, Lord, I see what you're saying, but see, me and you could already be there if you just listen to me.
Get there. It's like, come on, wait, what are we doing? This is taking too long.
But it's real.
Yeah.
But it's real. Yeah.
And then every time, like, okay, so I'm just like, so now, the conversation is, okay, what you want me to do? And how long is this going to take? What we gonna
let's get to it already.
Let's just go ahead and get to it. So just let me know so I won't even be overthinking it. Because, I overthink stuff.
Right.
So I'm like, yeah, okay.
I would say me trusting the process with the Lord is trusting the right friends.
Yeah.
The right people in my life.
Yeah, in your space.
Relationships. Because, when you're trying to figure out how to trust the Lord in your relationship, then you still got your mama, your daddy, your best friends, your partner. She good. She ain't no good. Then they showing you signs that they ain't no good. All that. So I'll say trusting God to trust the process with relationships. Because this old person told me this, and it is so real, and it get more real every day. And I say it from time to time on the show.
Yes.
That he said this: if you find one good spouse, one, and if you find one good friend, I'm talking about one good spouse and one good friend in your entire life, you do good. Isn't that something?
But I believe,
is that true or false?
No, I think that's true.
A good spouse and a good friend, like a real true friend, a real true spouse. Sometimes you might can get both and all in one. I don't know, but what you think?
But
about
I think
that?
sometimes just like our affirmation says that the failure is also part of the process. Right. So when you're going through, you had to run into this certain person so that you can understand that life wasn't the way you thought it was. See, I was very naive. My mom sheltered us and kept it because my mom didn't trust nobody, because she worked in pediatric ICU.
In a space where she's seen a lot of things.
And so she saw, parents scalding their kids with, hot water and just doing all this crazy stuff to kids. And so my mom was like, no, my kids ain't gonna be a part of none of that. Y'all gonna stay at the house with me. And she meant that, but she made our lives fun. I mean, like we knew how to do a lot of things and craft and sew and bake cakes. And, we just did a lot of stuff because my mom just kept us close.
Right.
And so I get it, and it makes sense, as to why, she did the things that she did. But when I was coming up, I was like, my mom crazy. I'm like, we can't go nowhere. We can't do nothing with our friends,
Right.
But trusting the process, she was able to keep us safe.
Right.
She was able to keep us safe. And so, or as safe as she could within, her boundaries. And so I think that sometimes you still have to go through, even in the environments, even in your closed environment that you try to create. There's still some things that can happen because God is trying to get you to understand that there's more to life, and you're going to have to be able to overcome those things. And so for me, I was very quiet, shy. Like I would go sit in the corner and read my books. A punishment for me was to go outside.
Have you ever been like maybe working so hard and trying to trust the process with God that the challenge was so tough? You're like, what, God, me and you done for a little bit. But at this point, you ain't answering my call. You said Jesus on the main line, telling what you want when I call, and you ain't on the line because I ain't hearing nothing.
Right.
But have you ever been that tough where you've been like, what, Lord, I think I have been forgotten?
You know what? I think I have thought that I may have been forgotten, but I never forgot about God.
Oh, Damali.
Yeah.
You thought he forgot about you, though?
Yeah, I mean, there are some times when I'm like, Lord,
deep,
now
Damali.
I got these kids and I'm working my behind off. Daddies ain't doing what they supposed to be doing, and I got enough money to feed the babies, but I can't even eat now, and I'm working every day.
That's tough.
I'm like, why come you ain't come around my way?
Girl, what you said was so deep. We gotta take a break. This girl said she done went through a time where she thought God forgot about her, but she never forgot about God.
Yeah.
Boy, Damali, that's a lot right there. I almost started crying. I'm like, I ain't never heard nobody say that. I felt like God forgot about me, but I never forgot about him.
Yeah.
You done reversed. You the most high at this point. Yo, we're gonna take a break. She said something. What our special guest is live in studio. We got some other stuff for pack. There's a lot going on in our community, and like we say on the Community Wake Up Morning Show all the time, we see y'all all, man. We got about 1,000 people on. That we want to bring you the person in here that makes the decisions, that have to speak for you sometimes. The people that sometimes are in office, and sometimes you got to know what's going on.
Yes.
So that you can be informed, so you can make the appropriate adjustments that you need. And we're going to have our special guest. We're going to introduce them next right here on the Community Wake Up Morning Show with Charles and Damali. Our theme today is trusting the process. We'll be right back, y'all. Are you or someone you know just as involved? Are you or someone you know in need of support services? Don't worry, Fitting Back In got you covered. We offer life skill workshops, career development, job search, substance abuse counseling, and more. We are located at 2121 North Harvard Avenue, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74115. Give us a call at 918-592-3500. Follow us at Fitting Back In Tulsa. Also, visit us on our website for services at www.fittingbackininc.org. Our services are available only in Tulsa County.
EduRec is the place where education and recreation meets. At EduRec, we have a host of programs such as spring break camp, summer camp, and after school. It's located at 5424 North Madison Avenue. To donate, sponsor, or volunteer for any of our programs at EduRec, go to edurectulsa.com. Call EduRec today at 918-430-3947. And you can also visit us on any of our social media platforms at EduRec Tulsa. EduRec Tulsa, where education and recreation meet.
Are you or someone you know just as involved? Are you or someone you know in need of support services? Don't worry, Fitting Back In got you covered. We offer life skill workshops, career development, job search, substance abuse counseling, and more. We are located at 2121 North Harvard Avenue, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74115. Give us a call at 918-592-3500. Follow us at Fitting Back In Tulsa. Also, visit us on our website for services at www.fittingbackininc.org. Our services are available only in Tulsa County.
You know what? It's really not that bad being up at 5 a.m.
Damali, you know what? You're absolutely right. The only thing better is we on 5 days a week.
7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
It's the Community Wake Up, our brand new morning show.
Right here on NYCU.FM.
And simulcast on KBOB 89.9 FM.
We got your Black History Trivia.
We got your medical report.
Don't forget the police report.
Your local, national, and international news.
Always the latest on upcoming events.
The Divine Nine and the HBCU check-ins.
And most importantly, we can't do it without you.
And make sure you join us each and every day.
It's the Community Wake Up
with Charles and Damali. Welcome back to the Community Wake Up Morning Show with Charles and Damali right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, home of Black Wall Street on the historic Greenwood. You're locked in on NYCU.FM radio station where we playing today's R&B and them throwbacks. We also live and syndicated locally on KBOB 89.9 FM where we get to tell our story our way. And the Juice Radio Show is the kids program where we allow high schoolers to come into this space, go visit 1216 North Lansing Avenue, Sweet D, go see Uncle Bobby E. But you live on YouTube also on the official World One Development News You Can Use. Damali, we here at Grandma's table.
Yes.
We got hot water cornbread. We got collard greens. We got yams. We got mac and cheese. We got pound cake, peach cobbler, and some vanilla ice cream and some sweet tea to wash it down.
Yeah.
We talking about the good stuff because everybody's always welcome at Grandma's house.
That's right.
Even if Auntie Boots is on the ground, she can come back. Even Uncle Jack still drinking that yak, he still come back.
Right.
We got to get back to allowing everybody in our community to come back. and we got to support each other. We got to
Yes.
do that for each other. Damali,
Absolutely, yes.
we talking about trusting the process.
We are.
It's a real topic.
Real topic, and y'all got some great comments. I was reading.
We gonna go to the
through
comments?
No, we're gonna
Back
go
to the
ahead and go
live?
to our special guest,
So our special guest first,
and
okay.
then we'll come back and we'll talk about some of these comments here in a moment.
Okay.
But on the community Wake Up, we started the show because there are a lot of things happening in our community, and one, we wanted you to help wake up in the morning, to some positivity. But then two, we wanted you to be informed, so we wanted to wake you up mentally about the things that are happening in our community, because sometimes we just don't know what we don't know.
Right.
Period, point blank. And there is no place that you can go and get the information that you need in order to be able to be in the know.
Right.
And so that's what this radio station is, or this radio show was created for. And we do it in a fun way. I think, we joke a lot, we laugh a lot, but we sweep around our own front porch.
Hey, because we got to do that, because we told y'all back in February, we're going to set the foundation.
Yes.
We're going to create this platform, but we're going to bring people into the station so you can talk to them directly.
Mm-hmm.
You can ask questions. All comments and questions stuff are welcome. Just don't start cussing now. Hold on. Don't do that now. Don't do that. But other than that,
we have a few people that, like if Eli was here, he would get at least
give
one.
him one every
we have
15
to give
minutes.
him a pass.
But at the end of the day, everybody has to have a voice.
Yes.
And then our biggest thing is we want people to be informed, because news is crazy nowadays. When you look, I don't know what's real or fake, especially with AI.
Boy.
But here is going to always be a place you can get the real news. And that's why we're here every morning from 7 to 9 live.
Yes. So this morning we have our very own. This person is very near and dear to my heart.
Absolutely.
Her mother was just one of my absolute favorite people in all the courthouse and all the courthouse downtown. When I was a courthouse runner, her mom was just one of my favorite people.
Right.
And I always got to jump the line every time I came up to her desk. She'd be like, "Come on, baby, come on." And everybody's looking like, "What?
Your access is granted.
Don't worry about what I got going on," But we have our very own state senator, Regina Goodwin, in the building. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
Thank you for that, talking about my mama.
Yes.
I love your mama.
I love my mama too. She is passed on, but let me tell you, she helped so many folks.
Yes.
And to your point, I've heard that story so many times. She would, a nod.
Yeah.
Come on up here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
She would be sitting at her desk.
Yep.
And, and it's like a line. It might be 5-6 people in the line. Yeah. And if she looked up and saw me, she'd get up off from her desk and be like, come on. And the other people in the line is like, hey.
And tell everybody in line.
Hey, don't worry.
This is what they tell you.
Look, favor ain't fair.
Look, this what you tell everybody in the line. Mind your business.
Right.
Exactly.
You don't know what's going on. Just mind your business. I got this. This is my job.
That's right.
I love it.
I appreciate that. Also, when you guys were talking about hot water cornbread, my grandmother made hot water cornbread.
Yes.
So, you talk about setting the table and setting the table. I understand what hot water cornbread is. Look, I remember when she made it, and it actually was made with some hot water.
Yes.
So that's for a reason.
Yes.
Yes. It was good. So
yes.
I just love you giving me these good memories this morning. And good morning to y'all.
Yes.
Thank you. We got a lot of people locked in, local, national, and international, all over the globe. But nevertheless, for whatever reason, if people don't know who you are, tell the people about who you are, where you from, what you do.
All right. Okay. I'm Regina Goodwin, and born and raised in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Born and raised in Tulsa.
I grew up on Greenwood. 1515 North Greenwood. And that is part of my history, but absolutely love my family. Love what they taught me in terms of not only how to be, but how to carry yourself.
Yes.
How to maintain integrity, and how to always look folks in the eye. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm telling you, I'm so serious about this. Thinking of my mother, she once said to me, we had some money. I don't know, it might have been 5 bills. I don't know what they were, but she said, Regina, when you have your money, always turn it up where the face is looking at you and look white folks in the eye. Okay?
Wow.
Because at that time and even now, who's on that bill is somebody white. And it was a matter of not only understanding the money is important, but understanding when you're dealing with money, you're dealing with people, you look them in the eye.
Yes.
So I still do that. Turn my money up.
Yes,
right.
I do that. I do too. Yeah.
those are small lessons, but good lessons.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I say that for all the white folks that are listening,
Mhm.
understanding that we live in an America that is not all that it should be,
Yeah.
and understanding that we still have issues as it relates to race. Understand from my white brothers and sisters,
Mhm.
understanding there is a white dominant culture that as a Black young lady, I was taught how to grow up in this environment and how to look every human being in the eye.
Mhm.
So understand, I'm not trying to start nothing this morning. I'm just trying to
Right.
get a established and table set
Right.
in terms of what we have to do even in America now.
Yes, I
Yeah.
love that. I love that. And I can tell you this, one of the fortunate things for me, I know that a lot of people, and especially like, my mom's era, our mom's era, Booker T was the only place that we could go.
All right.
Right. And so for me, by the time I came along, it was a magnet school.
Yep.
And so for us, it was an honor.
Mm-hmm.
But I will tell you, to be in that space. But I will tell you this, for a lot of people who say, oh man, they never should have did that. They never should have turned into a magnet school. That's what it taught me. It taught me how to deal with people of all races. Right.
Absolutely.
So it made it where when I walked into a space where I was the only person who looked like me,
Right.
I didn't feel intimidated.
Right.
I was like, oh, okay, this just is,
Right.
It's not that big of a deal. Let me do the thing that I was brought here to do.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I think that is a great lesson when
Mhm.
we're talking about trusting the process, when we're talking about, making sure that we are doing things that propel us
Right.
forward, right?
Right.
Then that's one of the things is, there is definitely a divide when we
Right.
talk about race.
Right.
There is definitely a divide, but it's like that. That's just the environment
Yeah.
we're in.
Yes.
So now what do we do with these
Yes.
opportunities that we get? Right?
Absolutely. And how
Right.
how do you turn those obstacles into opportunities?
Absolutely.
And I gotta just say this as it relates to Booker T. Washington. That's the school I graduated from.
Of
also.
course.
But let me also say this. But I just talked to somebody the other day. We remember the fights. We remember when it was an all-Black institution.
Yes.
We remember when Mr. Julius Piggies had to
Mhm.
fight.
Mhm.
And at one time, there were folks that were trying to make it 60% white and 40% Black. People don't know that part of that history.
Yes.
And he had to fight, and many others, just to get it to be 50-50
Mhm.
when it
Right.
had been an all-Black institution. Even now, I was talking to somebody yesterday, when you see that the Black male population is 10% at Booker T. Washington,
tough.
okay,
Yeah.
that's problematic.
It is.
So
It's a
understanding there's a balance and there's table setting for everything, but we also know when it goes in the wrong direction,
Mhm.
when the very folks that built the institution, the very folks that made it what it is, are now not, they don't have that opportunity as we once did
Yes.
to participate and to be a part of that school.
Mhm.
So much so that there's some folks that don't even want to attend,
Mhm.
right? I'm like, what?
I know,
Yes.
that's something,
Yes.
huh?
Booker T. Washington, right? So
Yes.
we have to maintain, I think, that history.
Mhm.
We also maintain the obstacles that we still have to overcome.
Right.
So we're up to the task.
Yeah.
Like you say, we got to trust the process, but we got to create the process.
That's right.
And when we create the process, right, then we can best trust it. I'm just being honest here.
Yes.
Right. And
yes.
what I love about Senator Goodwin is I wasn't here when Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was here.
Right.
I wasn't here when Malcolm X was here.
Right.
Even though I think I was, because we celebrate them, but I wasn't.
Right.
But whenever I go to the Capitol, because you got to give people their flowers,
Mhm.
and whenever I see Regina, whatever pride or whatever I felt like they felt when Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. spoke or
Mhm.
Malcolm spoke or something, that's what I get from Regina.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
Yeah.
when I'm somewhere, when I see her in line, I'm happy that she has to speak
Mhm.
because she's so eloquent and she's on time with everybody.
Mhm.
So if it's seniors in there, if it's little kids in there, it's like her, whatever her spirit is to acknowledge everybody, to make everybody feel comfortable and then just speak at a high level and be respected.
Yes.
And she's always done that for the entire time I've known her. So
Yes.
anytime, and I like when the wind is blowing because her be moving a little bit. I said, uh-oh, they better get ready now. But you know, it's certain people you want to speak for you.
Right.
And Regina has always been that. And I really am sincere when I say that. I love when you somewhere and you have to speak. I feel like we're going to be well represented.
Yes. Yes.
Charles, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate what you all continue to do for so many years.
Yes.
Seriously, y'all have been everywhere. You continue to be everywhere. So thank you for what you do. And everybody, we have to do what we can on our watch. I always
Yes.
say that because
Yes.
to your point, for the folks that have come before us,
Mm.
to the younger generation that's coming up, right? All of us are in this together. We
Mhm.
all have something to learn from each other.
Yes.
And that's when we're at our best, for sure.
Yes.
Right, right.
Yes.
And I allow her to hold me accountable because she'll pull me over too.
She sure
I'll be out
will.
here doing
She'll
it my
call
way.
you up, baby. Yeah.
Charles, this is a way
Think
that
she
you
won't
do
when
things.
she will.
It's an etiquette to the way they
I
do it.
love
It's a way that so she like to so you call a meeting, you was late. That's unacceptable. You know, she gonna make sure
y'all
that
know I'm always late, so y'all must make
she
that
gonna
up
make sure.
in time.
Okay, well, Gina, today
Charles talking about get up here at 7:45.
I know,
like,
she
what
was
the
like, huh?
surprise is me being here at 7:52, 53. That's the surprise.
I know because she asked me like 5 times. So now, what time again? So the time is 7:45.
8 p.m. 8 p.m. You talking?
So
yeah, Gina,
yeah.
we up at 5
We up.
o'clock a.m. I'm like, okay.
We
They're like,
start-
I ain't gonna be up.
We start doing this show every day because we on KBOB and we still on KBOB just every Wednesday. The news you can use,
Yes.
Right.
but it's so much happening so fast.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So we
is.
felt like our
Yeah.
love offering to the community is we need to be live every day.
Yes.
Every day.
So that if something
Yes.
pops up, or something
Oh.
come up, we don't have to wait because sometimes you wait 2
Absolutely.
days, it's too
Oh,
late.
no.
Mm.
You know.
Things are happening like every 15 minutes, every minute. And
Exactly.
it's intentional.
Yes.
What we're dealing with right now in America, in this world, is this intent to overwhelm us. It's this intent, as they say, to flood the zone. So with all the craziness that they do, just know this. When you see something really, really crazy and untrue on TV, somebody's stealing some money. Okay, so keep that in mind. It's a
Watch the
distraction.
money.
It's a
Watch the money.
distraction
Yes.
to keep us focused over here on this foolishness. And somebody, I guarantee you, is doing some policy or stealing some money that we won't know about probably ever, or we'll find out about it later, or they'll be bold enough just to tell you in your face the next morning. Okay,
Right.
Right.
so that's what we're dealing with. You know, I saw some crazy headlines this morning. So again, it's a distraction, and we got to be determined to move through this process, because this is a process. It is manufactured chaos. It's manufactured mayhem. That is the process that I'm not trusting, but I do trust God because I know God's got us
Yes.
Right.
throughout that crazy process.
Right. And I'm gonna ask you this because some of us, we just vote. We vote people in. We don't know. We watching TV, and we can get really confused about everything that's going on.
Yes.
But with you do understand what's going on and how things are moving. You understand the chess pieces that are on the board.
Yes.
So when you look at the state of our country, then how do you feel about it? Just even being a senator, when you think about just the state of our country,
Right.
how do you?
Here's what I really feel that, I wear the title of senator, right?
Right.
But I am a citizen, just like everybody else.
Right.
Right.
And what I know first and foremost is that I'm being honest, some 17 years ago, I was reading and talking to people about what this day is today.
Right.
And so the destruction of our departments, the destruction of our humanity, the decimation of this experiment we call America and democracy. I was reading about it 17 years ago, and I was trying to tell folks, hey, y'all, this is what's happening. They're like, oh, that's scary. Are you sure that's happening? And my thing is, as I talked about it, I was also reading scripture and remaining very grounded scripturally, understanding that God is God. And so we need to know what's happening. So today, when you see people being killed on the street and somebody saying that that's not even a bump in the road, Holman, who's over Homeland Security, seriously,
Right.
we have people dying in the streets, being murdered by the very folks that are supposed to be protecting us. That is all by design. And I think we can handle it better instead of saying, hey, I need a break. I just can't take this. This is too much. I'm tired. We don't have the luxury
Right.
of telling folks I'm tired.
Yes.
It's time to be on the team. It's time to stand up and do your part. And I've always said this, we have to rest in cycles. It's okay to go get some rest, but somebody's got to stand in the gap while you're resting. And then you got to get back up and get in the fight. So nobody that really cares about their brother, their sister, their mama should even be talking about, I'm tired, without understanding you got to get back in. Somebody's got to tag you back in,
Right.
and you got to get back into this thing. So this process that's going on right now, it's called autocracy, and it's doing everything it can to move out this experiment called democracy. It was predicted. And the thing is, to your point, it's happening at such a rapid clip.
Right.
Some folks are overwhelmed. They get so overwhelmed that they then feel that they're paralyzed.
Right.
They don't know
Yes.
what to do. And I'm saying what we can do is hold on to our truth. What we can do is look folks in the eye and still be strong and have courage, right? No, we cannot go in and when they're making these decisions about who's setting up these departments, when they're getting rid of the Department of Education,
Right.
when they've changed Now we're talking about this Department of Defense, and they're going over starting illegal wars.
Right.
We need to know what can we do on our watch in our own space, and there's plenty for us to do, and there's plenty of work to do. So I don't want anybody to feel helpless. I don't want anybody to feel hopeless. I want us to know God still reigns and Trump ain't God.
All right, just like, let me ask you this,
Well,
Senator.
bars.
Our theme today is trust in the process, and we've been unpacking it. It's almost like we've been in church when we're talking about trust in the
Good.
process.
Right.
But when you hear the theme "trust in the process," how does that resonate with you?
So again, I know the processes that are happening right now that are affecting our lives right now. That is a process I don't trust, nor should I trust it. Right? That process, we need to understand that when you have someone like Trump, when you have somebody like Russell Vogt, Stephen Miller, I've been saying these names over and over and over again. And people need to understand we're beyond Republican and Democrat and Libertarian and Independent. We're way past that.
Oh, okay.
We're way past that. So this process that we used to talk about, go out, let's get registered, let's go out and vote. Yeah, we got to do that, but we need to understand when they're fixing the fight already and they've gerrymandered the districts, and some of these areas are already determined that there's going to be this person or that person in the seat, the fight is fixed. What we got to do is understand that how do we turn the tables, right?
Right.
So that is a process I don't trust. I've never trusted it. What I have done is on my watch, on our watch, try to be as engaged as I can be,
Right.
be as truthful as I can be, and do what we can in the midst of those obstacles.
Sure.
So we have found opportunities, we have made progress, right? But to that process, as it relates to the political process, no, I don't trust it. And who would trust it when you have a liar in the White House?
Man, Damali,
Yeah.
that's why I love having our senator on, because you have to. Sometimes it's good to get it from somebody that you know understand
Correct.
what's going on, and it's
Right.
not an emotional thing. Now
No.
you can have emotions with it, but this is just facts.
Yes.
You know, you
Yes.
got to go with
Yes.
the facts.
When I came into the Senate, when I came into the Oklahoma legislature 11 years ago, they were trying to get rid of the Department of Education.
Right.
It made no sense to
Why?
me. I'm like, that's how our children are educated.
Exactly.
Public schools, and that are taxes, and we work to give taxes to support education. And when you pay taxes on your house, those taxes go to education. And when I saw folks that were trying to destroy that, I did not understand it. Right. But when you're in it, you understand that this is not about democracy.
Right.
This is about control. And this is
Right.
about privatization of everything that we know. So it's you follow the money
Yes.
Right.
and find out who's
Yes.
going to be profiting if we no longer have free public schools.
Right. And let me ask you this: when they didn't pass the minimum wage, to me, I just thought that would make sense to everybody.
Okay.
With gas,
She said,
inflation,
okay, and started laughing. Like,
groceries,
yeah.
all of that. So when that didn't pass, I'm like, what did I miss? I know I voted for. I'm like, who don't want to raise minimum wage when it hadn't been done since maybe the 90s?
Okay.
How do you? What happened? I'm just asking.
All right.
What is
So
so?
follow the money.
Follow the money. Okay.
This state question. First of all, let's talk about how it even got on the ballot, right?
Right.
So when they would not pass an increase in minimum wage at the Oklahoma State Legislature, they refused to do it because, again, follow the money. Who thinks they would be most affected? Big business folks.
Business,
Folks
right.
that got the most money, they don't want to give up what they got, right?
Right.
So it took people to go out and get signatures on a petition, which is one of our fundamental rights, the right to petition.
Right.
Right.
And they went out, and that's in the Constitution, and they went out and they got all the signatures they needed. And they said, if the legislature is not going to do this, we can create a state question ourselves if the everyday folks just sign enough petitions.
Right.
Right.
So they didn't like the fact that people took that issue into their own hands and said, we're going to get this on the ballot. So that they had a problem with that in the first place. And I'm talking about a number of Republicans had a problem with that. Right. That happens. And then guess what? Something you never dreamed of. We had a governor then that delayed that getting on the ballot for 2 years.
Oh man.
Who knew?
So the momentum.
Once you do that, it's supposed to happen immediately.
Right.
That is the power of the people, right? That's
Right.
the process. But guess what? Somebody turned the tables on that process and said, we're going to make you wait for another 2 years
Wow.
before you even get to vote on it. And then when did you vote on it? You voted on it in June, not in November,
Not in
when you
November,
have a
Lamar.
whole bunch of folks that would be voting.
Right.
That's the process
Yeah.
that I don't trust, right? I don't trust the fact that we had a governor that made us wait 2 years after the people had spoken. That's the process that I don't trust. But if you look at the money, they spent 2.5 times more money on that campaign telling people to vote no. And everyday folks saw commercials every day that were lies. If you saw that commercial that talked about the prices are going to increase and
Right.
businesses are going to close down, not once did you hear them say, this is about the minimum wage. Think about the commercial. They never said minimum wage. So it is a deception. It's malinformation. It's misinformation.
Yeah.
And then you see that commercial every day, Charles, and then folks started believing it.
Right.
I had Black grandmothers talking about they're going to vote no on that because we're going to lose businesses. And I was like, whoa, hey,
Wait a minute.
wait a minute now.
Yeah.
Right.
No, don't vote against yourself on this. And we had to do our level best to hold town halls, educate
Right.
folks, etc. And so why we lost that is because they were deceptive.
Right.
And people fell for the deception. And that is what's happening now. Even now, when we talk about a deceptive process, some people believe it. I don't even care if you take the time to explain it to them. I literally had a guy in church just last Sunday after I had a conversation with him about what state question 832 is.
Right.
That we had a good understanding. He had to come back to me and tell me that he voted no. Like, for real?
But we talked about
Well,
it.
For real, though.
Yeah, Damali, what we call that is they drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yes.
Yes.
But
Yes.
the thing about this brain we have, that's why we are always studied.
Yes.
So they probably did it down to the science. They probably got into the science of
Right.
it. Damali, right? They went and said, well, if we spend this much money,
Uh-huh.
show this to people this many times, then science shows,
Yeah.
the stats show
Yeah.
that they'll do this.
Yeah.
And it's sad to feel like you in that type of an incubator.
Yep.
But when you see that come in, you're like, man, what kind of fight do we got going on now?
Subliminal.
It's
Subliminal
propaganda.
messages.
And in the 1930s, there are books that are written on this, on repetition and propaganda. And
Right.
Donald Trump is a master at repeating lies. And the more he tells the lie, he thinks that, and it works, that people will start believing the lie. So repetition, repetition. No matter what, Damali, I can
Yes.
tell you that you are a white woman. You are a white woman, Damali. And after a year of that, you might start thinking it.
Yeah.
Right? Because I keep
That's
saying
true.
it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because I keep saying it.
Instead
And you
of
keep
wearing
telling me
braids,
no.
I wear long hair.
Yeah. You know,
Start getting long
and
and
the more
straighter.
you repeat it, and then everybody else starts thinking, well, he said she is, so maybe she is.
Yeah.
So now we're going to look into her DNA,
Yeah.
and we're going to figure this out, right? And we're going to make that lie true.
Yes.
And it will never be true.
Right.
But follow the money. A lot of money was spent on State Question 832. A lot of money. And those opposing forces are usually everyday folks, so they didn't have the kind of money that the big businesses had,
Sure,
that the
sure.
corporations had to keep pushing that message. So I wasn't totally surprised that it did not pass, because oftentimes, particularly in Oklahoma, everyday folks vote against their own best interest. They do it all the time.
Right. Just not
All the
knowing.
time.
And I did it by accident. That's what I did by accident.
Oh, I'm like,
I would
what?
always be taking pictures. And I always I'm a professional photographer. I just
Yes,
be saying that. I
he
take the best
does.
pictures.
I was gonna say
I just
this
went
story.
on and on and on about now.
And every time
everybody-
I'm rolling my eyes, Regina, every time he starts, I'm like,
Every time I go somewhere now, what do everybody say? Let Charles take the
Let
picture. He's
Charles.
like a professional. Then when I realized I got to stop saying that, they start calling me. They want to book me for weddings.
Okay.
I said, I just got a phone. I mean, I just. But everybody say you take the best
camera.
pictures. I'm like, well, hold on.
Right.
To your point, I would always go. Now, if I'm at church
Right.
and they give it a take, it's
they're
Black
like,
History
where
Month.
Charles at?
Where's Charles? Charles has to take a
Yeah.
picture. He's the best.
Right.
I'm like, well, just call me daddy or something. No, I'm just playing. But anyway, if you keep saying something,
Photo daddy.
Yes.
Photo Daddy. See that. Put that. That's gonna be my company name, Photo Daddy. See that? Is that? See if that's Secretary of State. Check that. Anyway, look, we talking
Yeah.
about trusting the process, and we do this game show, Black Wall Street, Family Feud. The host is Damali, out of old people. And we try to unpack to get people to think about this, trusting the process, just to have all these wonderful people. We come into the live. If y'all got questions, we got y'all. I see the smiles, the laughs. We're gonna let y'all access to some questions. But are you want to play the game with us?
I don't know, because y'all didn't prep me
Tell
for
her the
this.
rules.
Y'all got me looking stupid.
No. I'll give you the rules. I'll give you the rules. We got three questions and a bonus question. You know, you'll do great.
What's my prize though?
You'll do great.
Because I might not want to participate. I ain't got nothing. What's the prize?
So we'll come up with a special prize for the senator.
A special prize. We'll come up. If you win, we got you covered with something.
I'm right here with y'all. Go ahead. Come on. Let's do this. Okay. Lord Jesus.
So here we go. It's the Black Wall Street Family Feud, the Trusting the Process edition. So today's theme is trusting the process because the builders of Black Wall Street understood that lasting success doesn't happen overnight. It takes vision, patience, perseverance, and the willingness to keep building even when the results aren't immediate.
Right.
So I asked 100 people these three questions and a bonus question.
Okay.
I'm going to give you the top four answers. Their top four answers, A through C. There is no E. There is no all of the above. I have to say that because my people.
Top four answers. You said A, B, and C. That's only three.
Oh, I didn't say D. I'm so sorry. See, that's what I'm saying. She picked up on everything.
To the rules.
It's A, B, C, and D. So the top four. I'm gonna give you the top four answers. Okay. Your job is to pick the number one answer.
That the 100 people that she asked.
All right.
Said.
I need to know who are the 100 people you asked for. Keep it moving.
I'm glad you asked. I'm glad.
I'm like, Lord, because Family Feud is jacked up. They don't know. They have the craziest stuff on Family Feud. I'm like, what 100 people did they interview?
I followed Damali.
Listen, we had this conversation yesterday.
Yeah, I followed Damali yesterday. So she went to the Capitol. And she was telling everybody in the Capitol, the senator gonna be on. So I want to ask 25 of y'all this question. Then she left there.
Spit out my water. Right.
Then she was at Oasis Fresh Market. She was in there talking about, welcome to Oasis. She asked 25 of those people. Then I seen her over at Westview.
Okay.
But she stopped on Greenwood under the bridge with the motorcycle riders in the car club. People asked 20. So you can't Google it. You just got to make your best educated guess.
Let's go with it.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah. Okay. So here we go. Question number one. Name something people must do while waiting for success. Is it A, stay patient, B, keep working, C, keep learning, or D, stay faithful?
Man, that sounds like all of the above to me.
But there is no all of the above.
Read it one more time.
And I need to give you the number one answer.
The answer that you think is the number one answer.
Okay.
A, B, C, or D. Read it one more time.
And I'm going to read it one more time.
Now, here's how we playing this game. It should be stay faithful. Now, I don't know what 100 folks you interviewed, but the answer needs to be stay faithful.
Right.
Okay. She says stay faithful. That is D. All right. I'm going to read the question one more time. Name something people must do while waiting for success. Is it A, stay patient, B, keep working, C, keep learning, or D, stay faithful?
And they need to keep working, okay?
I know it sounds every time she read it.
No, I get it. Yeah. But I'm just saying that.
But you can only pick one answer.
All right. So it's faithfully working.
Right, there you go. I understand.
What's the answer?
Hold on. We got to get the other because the people on the live, they play the game too.
Okay.
So Lynette says A. Richie says B. Mom says B. Prentice says D. Teresa says D. AJ says D. Marticia says B. What you got on that side? Uncle Brian says D.
Oh, this is a whole thing.
Steven says D. Vicky says D. What is your answer, Charles?
My answer is read it again. My Bluetooth.
It's not connected.
And Regina was D, right?
Regina was D. Let's see. Okay, so here's a question again for Charles. Name something people must do while waiting for success. Is it A, stay patient, B, keep working, C, keep learning, or D, stay faithful?
I'm going with D.
Okay, you're going with D. Charles is going with D.
It's A or D?
With the senator.
Is it to stay patient or it's D?
Okay, and
but you got to keep the faith.
Stephen had changed his answer to A.
I think I'm changing to A.
Y'all tripping. Now
They start messing up
now
my
y'all
paper.
fixing the fight.
I know,
We
right?
fixing
I'm trying to trust this process.
I know.
I'm trying to trust the process.
You at D? Is that what you're saying?
I'm staying with D.
Okay, so here we go. Question with answer. Name something people must do while waiting for success. Is it A, stay patient, B, keep working, C, keep learning, or D, stay faithful? Richie, Mom, and Martisha, you are correct. The answer is B, keep working.
I was right.
It said success comes to those who continue doing the work.
I said
even
faithfully
before
working.
they see the reward.
That's exactly what you said. Faithfully working.
Yes.
Because you did say it. I
I
see.
Yes, faithfully working. It says don't stop working while you're waiting. All right. So question number 2.
All right.
All right, it ain't over. It's not over yet.
All right.
Come on.
Name something that takes time to grow. Is it A, trust, B, a business, C, a relationship, D, a legacy?
See there? You see? I know.
Say the answers one more time.
A, trust, B, a business, C, a relationship, or D, a legacy. And remember, you're thinking the 100
Off the top.
people, what
What
is
did
the
most
number
of them
one
say?
answer? What did most of them say?
Just read the whole thing again.
Okay. Name something that takes time to grow. Is it A, trust, B, a business, C, a relationship, or D, a legacy?
So I'm
all of them.
of course, it's all of them. But I'm gonna say it's all of them. But first thing came in my mind is it takes a while for trust to grow, and certainly a business. But go ahead and tell me I'm wrong again.
So what are you saying? Trust?
What does it take time to grow? Okay, I would say trust.
Okay.
I think most other folks are gonna say a business. They're gonna say a relationship.
It's all kind of stuff. Right.
It ain't legacy though.
It's not right.
No.
Brian.
I'm going with A. I think trust.
I mean,
Okay.
that's
Is that A?
Charles, that's A.
Yeah, it takes, yeah.
Okay, let me see your screen. Your deal is yeah, okay. Let's see. Richie says A.
And if it's not right, I'm gonna appeal
Lynette
it.
says
I'm gonna appeal. I'm gonna appeal. Right.
Exactly.
Mom says
I want a
D.
rematch.
Right.
Yeah. It's A or D. That's what I mean.
Uncle Brian says A.
Prentice said A, B, C, and D.
Prentice, I ain't playing with you
But
today.
he'll say he'll go with D.
I am not playing with you today. AJ says D.
Teresa said A.
Teresa says A.
Lynette Williams saying, and that's why I always say E. All of the above.
Martisha says C.
Because who is these 100 people she talking to?
I don't know.
You just said.
That's what I got to investigate.
That's the
Teresa
issue.
says A. Okay. Vicky says A. Did I get Vicky? Yep. Okay, y'all make sure y'all keeping up with y'all score because I'm not.
My score is 0.
I got 5 points. Last I heard.
The last one is about bonus, a bonus of 5. So you just got to pick up 1 or 2 along the way.
Right. Okay, so here we go. Question number 2. Name something that takes time to grow. Is it A, trust, B, a business, C, a relationship, or D, a legacy? Mom, Lynette, and AJ, you are correct. The answer is D,
So it was
a
A or D.
legacy. A true legacy is built over years through consistent action and wise decisions. Great things aren't built overnight.
I appeal.
Yeah.
I'm following.
Answer.
D,
a
legacy.
legacy.
It was a legacy.
tripping.
I told her. See, be that's your friend.
Said boo.
And Lynette said my answer is D.
Okay.
So
Lynette,
right.
yeah,
Right.
Lynette. Okay.
This
All
is
right.
just like Family Feud.
It is
Because
Family Feud,
they be doing
Hosted
crazy
by
stuff on
Damali.
TV.
We thought it was just Steve Harvey. Too.
Yeah, no, they like what?
But it's not over yet.
All right.
Lynette.
Question number 3. When progress seems slow, what should you continue to do? Is it A, believe, B, prepare, C, stay consistent, or D, encourage others?
Let's stay consistent.
Okay, that's your choice.
Yeah,
Charles,
that's what I'm doing with.
stay consistent.
I said what I said.
Read the answers one more time.
Okay, I'm gonna read the whole question. When progress seems slow, what should you continue to do? Is it A, believe, B, prepare, C, stay consistent, or D, encourage others?
I guess you got to stay consistent.
Okay. Gina says stay consistent. What the rest of y'all got?
Consistently prepared.
AJ says C.
Prentice said, I'm going to have TMZ find these 100 people. We don't know who Damali talking
I'm
to.
like, okay, for real.
Steven says C. Morticia says C.
Look, Teresa said, I'm 0-2. You can never predict who's going to win because right when you get hot. Now, guess who got the record now?
Who?
I got the record.
You
I
did?
won 4 days in a row.
You did?
I think Steven done won 3 in a row twice. Richard done did
Steven,
3 in a
go
row
back.
twice, but I won 4 in a row.
Wow, I
Lynette
need to
says
meet these
C.
people, y'all know.
I know.
Lynette says C. Vicky says C. Brenta says C.
Normally, for me to win, I got to be fasting and praying, talking
Okay.
to the Lord, spending
Brian.
time in His presence because I
Okay.
don't know.
Look like everybody is saying C. Okay, so
Except
here
for
we
the
go.
100 people.
Question with
That's
answer.
what you got to right.
When progress seems slow, what should you continue to do? Is it A, believe, B, prepare, C, stay consistent, or D, encourage others? Everybody got it right. The answer is C, stay consistent. It said
I
consistency is
still don't
often
trust
the
them.
difference between those who quit and those who succeed. Keep showing up.
Who was the first person to say C? Oh,
It
no,
was
you was
you.
the. Oh, well, yeah, it was me.
Yeah, and Regina was saying.
We went first. See?
Yeah,
We,
she said, mhm.
okay.
Okay, so here we go.
We
This
just got
is
to get
the
the
bonus. This is the bonus. All right, so here we go. Bonus round for 5 points. Name something trusting the process helps develop. Is it A, patience, B, character, C, wisdom, or D, resilience?
The music came slow. The music came slow. Now, read it one more time. The music came too slow.
Name something trusting the process helps develop. Is it A, patience, B, character, C, wisdom, or D, resilience? Steven, what you think?
This for 5 points, too.
It's for 5 points.
This for all the marbles.
So AJ says D.
I thought D
I'm going to
first.
say resilience. I don't know.
That's D.
Resilience is D.
That's what came into my spirit. But I don't know how my spirit is living right now.
What you got, Steven? You got B.
What is B?
Steven says B, character.
Man.
All right, where's the rest of y'all at? Everybody-
Thinking and praying and meditating.
Trying to remember all the A, B, C, and D. Trying to remember.
Right.
Just read it one more time for the people on YouTube.
Okay, name something trusting the process helps develop. Is it A, patience, B, character, C, wisdom, or D, resilience? Prentice says D.
Yeah, I'm going with resilience.
Uncle Brian says A.
Is A patience?
Yes, A is patience. Mom says A. Morticia says D. Lynette says read.
Right.
Name something trusting the process helps develop. Is it A, patience, B, character, C, wisdom, or D, resilience? Lynette says D.
Yeah, I'm staying with D.
Richie says D.
Eli Grayson said processed meat.
Now, we talked about that yesterday.
Now, we talked about that yesterday. Now, we talked about that.
Don't bring it up again because I was grossed out yesterday.
Oh, man, it was a rough show yesterday.
Yes, man, that was disgusting. Okay,
Oh,
Lynette, I got Lynette. Who else? Teresa said my Wi-Fi ain't with the shenanigans today.
I know.
It went crazy. Let's see. Who else? Teresa, did you give me an answer, girl? Come on, give me an answer.
No, she said her Wi-Fi not working. She ain't got time for this.
She ain't got time for this mess. Okay, so here we go. Question with answer. Name something trusting the process helps develop. Is it A, patience, B, character, C, wisdom, or D, resilience? The only person that got it right
Steven?
is Steven.
Character.
Character. It says the journey shapes you just as much as the destination.
You know what? I'm not dealing with no
This
YNs.
is rigged. This whole thing is rigged.
I ain't dealing with nobody under 30
This
right
whole
now.
thing is
Anybody
rigged.
under 30,
That's
don't
rigged.
call
This
me
whole thing is
rigged.
rigged, honey. I'm
Yeah.
like, whatever.
Yeah. I should have known.
The
Y'all gonna
process.
tell me the young Thundercat got this?
Young
Right.
out of all this wisdom
Give me a
around
break.
here,
Give me a
Steven been
break.
losing though.
Give me a break.
Steven been losing.
Yeah, he
This
been
is his first win
Yeah.
in a minute. So
It's the blue tie. It's the blue tie. It says the bigger message is this: trusting the process requires patience, faith, consistency, perseverance, and hope. The leaders of Black Wall Street didn't become successful overnight. They trusted the process of building businesses one customer at a time, educating children one classroom at a time, creating wealth one investment at a time, and strengthening the community one family at a time. They understood that meaningful progress comes from steady, faithful effort, not instant results.
Now he's throwing confetti on the line.
Damali.
He's throwing
Can I
confetti.
turn this table upside down?
That's what I'm saying. I should have known when he had them shoes on. I said them the winning circle shoes. When I seen his shoes, I said the way them shoes are signed, he cannot be not denied today. And then when he gave his answer, he did this. He did this thing and pointed, and then he pointed to the Lord.
He won the championship.
And you said the process you don't trust, but you trust the Lord. And he pointed to him, and he said, "Well, look, you pointed to me, and you didn't get the point." And he got it right.
I know. He didn't get
So how about this? Let me just give y'all another opportunity to win.
Okay.
Okay.
How about
I ain't gonna do Steven like
come up
this.
with the question.
Then you'll
We
know
got-
the
look,
answer.
Amen.
We can't
sister.
take
That's
Steven
the process
win.
I'm trusting.
No, you can't take his wins about it. You can't take his win.
No,
we're
we're gonna do the Black History trivia.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah, let's do the
Girl.
Black
Congratulations,
History
Steven.
trivia.
Okay.
All right, Steven, you ready?
Yeah, because he was about to yesterday when he was leaving, Senator. I said, man, Steven really need to win
His name is
because
Stephen.
Stephen Key.
Stephen, name a hero in African culture with the name Stephen.
Mm.
Too late. Stephen
Uh-oh.
Biko. Stephen Biko. Come on with it, Thundercat.
Look, Damali, when Steven was
Gonna be
leaving,
right.
when he was leaving the show yesterday, I knew he needed to win today. Because he was singing that song. I was born by the river
Steve.
in a little
Another
tent.
question,
I
Steve.
said, oh man.
Steve. Name the host of Family Feud. Too late. Steve Harvey.
Right.
Come on. Let's go, young Thundercat.
Steven done got the crown.
Now they get the crown. Okay,
He said
you
the
ready?
young Thundercat wins.
Steve. Congratulations.
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 Let's see just how much you know. It's Black History Trivia with Charles and Damali.
All right, so here we go with the Black History trivia question is the Trusting the Process edition. So here's the question. Which Black woman dedicated more than 50 years to fighting for voting rights, justice, and equality, trusting that persistent work would one day lead to lasting change?
Oh, that's Senator Regina Goodwin. I know.
Is it
she's
A,
not
Fannie
old enough.
Lou Hamer, B, Ella Baker, C, Septima Poinsett Clark, or D, Daisy Bates?
Oh, they
Give
are
me
all
options
heavyweights.
again. Y'all tripping. Because do you know how many of these folks were involved in
I know. They
y'all
was in
tripping.
it.
I didn't know who created this
Exactly.
question. Give me the first. Give me the
Okay, the answers are
voting process. You said.
okay. So here's the question again: which Black woman dedicated more than 50 years to fighting for voting rights, justice, and equality, trusting that persistent work would one day lead to lasting change? Is it A, Fannie Lou Hamer, B, Ella Baker, C, Septima Poinsett Clark, or D, Daisy Bates?
I'm gonna go with Fannie Lou Hamer, and if that's not right, again, I'm turning these tables upside down.
Right.
Because she was the one that actually went to conventions, Democratic conventions, and tried to change the voting process. So if that ain't the right answer, again, I need to meet these 100 people.
We'll see what's going. Is she A?
She's A.
I'm going with A.
Uncle Brian says A.
Lord.
Charles says A.
Thundercat, what you say? Don't be shaking your head. You
Look.
don't even know these people.
What are they gonna look at?
He don't know.
If he didn't know
He
Steve
like-
Harvey,
He like,
Nah, he
he
knows
like
Steve.
Beyonce.
yeah,
Eli said these are Dr. Ruth questions and answers.
right. So
Let's see. Who
AJ
else?
said
AJ
A.
says A.
Lynette said A.
This is crazy.
Vicky Carter.
Vicky says A.
See the
I love this
Richie.
music though. I love
Yes,
You know what
of
that is.
course.
If you went to Booker T and went to HBCU, I
Eli
know-
says A. Steven says A.
Give me
Mom
that whistle.
says A. Who else got an answer? Richie says A.
On Fridays we do HBCU roll call in Divine Nine as well. So when that come on, that's our
Teresa says A. No, we can just sit here and listen to this. Okay, so question with answer. Which Black woman dedicated more than 50 years to fighting for voting rights, justice, and equality, trusting that persistent work would one day lead to lasting change. Is it A, Fannie Lou Hamer, B, Ella Baker, C, Septima Poinsett Clark, or D, Daisy Bates? Nobody got it right.
See there? I knew it was some
The answer
shenanigans.
is Ella Baker. Ella
That's
spent
another heavyweight.
decades organizing communities, mentoring young leaders, and helping build organizations such as the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. She
How many
believed
Democratic National Conventions did she attend?
I
How
don't
many
know.
parties did she create? I'm like, do y'all know who Fannie Lou Hamer
Right, that's what
was?
I'm saying. That's why I
She
went
did.
with
She
her.
created her party. Y'all are tripping.
That's Damali and that's not even 100 people. I
Because
don't even know what
delegates couldn't get in. And she said black folks going to be represented in this voting process.
Yeah, Eli said he met Miss Hamer in Mississippi back in the early 70s.
Thank you.
Yes.
She came to Grandma Church.
Oh,
you.
wow.
And so how she
Y'all
can't
tripping.
we
Y'all
gon'
tripping. We
yeah,
turning
throw the
these tables
flag.
upside
We're gonna
down
appeal.
now.
We're gonna
I need to
appeal.
know who came up with these answers,
Let's
who came up
do
with these
this.
questions, but God bless
Let's
y'all.
do this. Let's do
It's
this.
been my pleasure to participate. I've never had so much fun in my life.
Okay, so we got
love
8
it.
more minutes, but I want to block out half of those minutes
Yes.
for Senator. Thank you for coming on.
Yes, it's
and I
been
know
fun.
those things. We got town hall meetings coming up and different things, and I want you to
Yes.
get time to
Yes,
let
yes,
all
yes.
these
Yes.
thousands of people know what we got going on, so they
Hey.
can get your pen and pad out.
Yeah,
You
this
know,
is the
write
time.
this down
Yes.
because this information is important. After Damali got us feeling like our
Yeah,
self-esteem,
feeling
got to
like
build our
losers.
self-esteem back up.
They said losers.
Somewhere.
I love it. Woo. All right.
Y'all tripping.
Okay,
Right.
look, AJ said you pulled a fast one on us, Queen
She did.
Damali.
Yeah, she did. You see, she ain't fair.
Yeah.
And y'all both went to Booker T, so she don't
Yeah.
care. See, she's supposed to give you a nod or something, wink, something.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
talking about? Just
That's
smile.
little
that-
something,
that
something.
sign.
Yeah.
I already know who Fannie Lou Hamer was. I still stand by my answer.
Me too.
Yes.
I stand firm.
Absolutely.
Y'all need to research Fannie Lou Hamer, please.
Yes.
Look,
Today
that-
wasn't Fanny's day.
Look, Lynette
Yeah.
said she was guessing anyway.
All right, so
okay.
we want to go ahead and have Senator go ahead and give her. Yeah.
You guys, we've got a town hall meeting coming up
Yes.
because, to you all's point, lots happening very quickly,
Yes.
and we had those town halls that talked about do something Sunday, and we told everybody
Mhm.
what Project 2025 was going to do.
Mhm.
And they are checking it off. They say they've got about 53% of it completed, and that's destroying our departments that used to serve us,
Yes.
that our tax dollars used to work for us for to some degree. We know
Right.
we got a long way to go. It ain't never been perfect. We get that. But we're going to do a town hall meeting July the 18th, 3 p.m. at the 2217 North Peoria. It's called the Multi-Purpose Building. It's right next door to the North Peoria Church of Christ.
Mhm.
So if you've seen the big church sitting there, right next to it is a multi-purpose building. 3 p.m. Saturday. We want to inform folks on the state questions that are coming up,
Right.
just like we did with the minimum wage.
Yes.
Some
Right.
folks didn't listen. We're trying to let folks know what those state questions are going to be. We want folks to know that this voting process
Mhm.
is being affected right here in Tulsa because they have failed to give us an early voting site. Right? Early voting site. They moved our voting headquarters out to 12,000 East Skelly Drive.
Yes.
And for a year and a half, we asked the election board to provide for us a satellite, just like they did on the South Side for
Right.
many years.
Yes.
Right? They had one out Hardesty Library. So we said at the very least, if you're moving the election board,
Yes.
provide a closer site for the North Side. Right?
Right.
We even gave them locations that could be utilized and permission from those owners. And they did not do it. So you have to ask yourself, why are they pushing us out further to vote?
Right.
Why are they not allowing nearby access? That's what I call voter suppression.
Mhm.
So understand, you don't have to just look at national television. Things are happening right here in Oklahoma that we need to be aware of and we need to speak to. And so we are sitting in a building right now because I talked to Bishop Cooper.
Mhm.
And I said, Bishop Cooper, would you allow this facility
Mhm.
to be used as a voting site?
Right.
And he said, yes.
Yes.
So they are no longer at Tulsa Tech right there in Peoria.
Right.
Right.
They moved everybody out to O'Brien to vote. That's ridiculous.
Yes.
So we're asking, in place of Tulsa Tech, why not let the 36th Street Event Center
Mhm.
be that site? it makes sense.
It makes sense.
These things make sense, right? And then when you go to the election board folks, the secretary is Gwen Freeman, and she says, "Oh, it takes months to figure that out," and no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. So we were able to get the site secured there at Vernon because at one time Vernon was not a precinct. It is now because of our work, because of our efforts.
Yes.
So we're trying to do that now with 36th Street Event Center that let this become a precinct and folks don't have to go way out to O'Brien, right? Access is everything.
Yes.
If I can just go out my door and go vote as opposed to go burning up gas, gas is high.
Oh my God.
Right? All of that. Transportation is an issue. So the closer, the better. So that's what we're fighting for. We're going to be discussing that on Saturday and so many other things. The scholarship that we're not going to let go because that's $2.3 million of our money.
That's right.
And we want to make sure those that are most
kids get it,
impacted benefit. We want to make sure that the families that most deserve it in terms of those most impacted, that they get those dollars. We need to understand that the games that are being played, the lack of concern for how those dollars should be spent, we're not going to give up on that. I'm a descendant of race massacre survivors, right? And I would not be doing my job if I thought that was not a big deal. It is a huge deal. Those are our tax dollars. We need to talk about how they're going to be spent and understand this, you guys. When we talk about Project 2026, that's what's going on right now. That's what's going on right now in terms of, did you all know we have alpha schools coming here to Tulsa? What is an alpha school?
Yeah.
Why does it cost $40,000? I understand 11 years ago when they wanted to get rid of the Department of Education, they have an alpha school coming in now that is AI generated. There are no human being teachers in the classroom that are certified, right? And it's going to cost $40,000. Who can afford $40,000 to go to school? Think about it. Follow the money.
Yes.
So if you're going to get rid of the free Department of Education, where 90% of our kids are educated, and you're going to bring in some alpha school into Tulsa, and your tax dollars are going to help pay for those private kids to go to school.
Oh no.
Understand this. So they're already doing it. They're already allowing our tax dollars anywhere from $5,000 to $7,500 per student if you go to a private school. That is already happening. It's been happening for about 3 years or so. So now they're going to create this AI generated facility where the curriculum is AI generated. Why would that cost $40,000 if you don't have to pay teachers, if you don't have to pay for insurance, if you don't have to all of that? Why would that cost $40,000? So follow the money, who most benefits, and yes, this is endorsed by Donald Trump.
And is this what is pre-K to? Is it
12.
just high school?
No.
So it's kindergarten all the way.
Pre-K?
Yeah.
No teachers.
Oh, wow.
All AI generated.
And what they call it,
$40,000.
and what they call it is they say they have adult guides in the with the students,
space.
adult guides. But we want certified teachers.
Yes.
We want folks that understand that our students learn different ways. We want students that when they're stumped, they have a teacher that cares, that can help them learn.
Right.
And they're talking about compacting into 2 hours a number of lessons. And again, everybody doesn't learn at the same pace.
That's right.
Right. So who's going to be benefiting from these schools that are using my money out of my pocket?
Exactly.
When all of our children cannot be educated in that way, and we need to reinforce our public schools, but you already know they destroyed the U.S. Department of Education. Y'all know that. And if you don't know it, let's understand that. And keep in mind, we're going to be talking about Stephen Miller. We're going to be talking about Russell Vogt, because everybody's like, oh, when midterms come. No, baby, the fight is being fixed right now.
Right.
Every minute, to your point, Charles, we're not waiting for midterms. We're going to let folks try to become informed. And then what do we do about it? First of all, we got to know about it, right? And when we know about it, we can speak to it, and we could tell folks in our families how we have to move, how we're going to have to stand up. And the man wasn't playing. All these killings that we're seeing, you guys, we're going to talk about that. Why are citizens being killed in the streets? And why did they say that's not even a bump on the road? And why did Donald Trump say they're going to continue to stop folks in their cars? Understand this. This is about us, y'all. And it's not about us hiding our heads in the sand. It's not about us looking the other way. It's not about us saying, hey, y'all, I'm tired. I'm just tired. Let them other folks fight it. No, we are those folks that have to fight it. We are those other folks, right? Ain't nobody coming. And believe me, I absolutely believe God controls all of this. I believe God can save the day. But right now, God uses us as his instruments.
That's right.
Right? On our watch, what are we doing? Right? So we're going to be talking about quite a bit on Saturday. 3 o'clock, 2217 multi-purpose building. Come get informed, understand what these state questions are. And we tried to tell y'all they were tricking you last time.
Right.
Y'all still went out and voted the wrong way. We gonna try it again.
We can't.
We'll try it again. We ain't gonna give up.
We ain't gonna give up.
Yeah. So we can go ahead and go. They said, "What, first time, shame on them."
Yeah.
But this time, if it's second time around, shame on you. Shame on you the second time.
No, it's shame
So
on them
show
the
up
first
the
time.
first
I ain't playing that. It's
So I'll
shame
try
on
to give
them
y'all the second time around.
I
That
ain't
first
giving them
time
no
around,
grace.
Right.
come to the town hall. I mean, you can't fake showing up.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
come.
Yes.
And then once you come, then share the information.
And we will have Alicia Andrews there. She is the
yeah.
chair of the Women's Democratic
I love
Caucus,
Alicia.
right,
Mhm.
on a national level.
Mhm.
And so we've got good information. And then what we do beyond the information, y'all, we want to tackle the precinct issue, the early voting issue, and that has to be concerned, and it's got to be consistent.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
We want to tackle that. We want to tackle the scholarship issue. And you guys, I tell you what, license plates, seriously.
Mm.
I came in, some of y'all got these license plates.
We
That
got
makes-
'em.
makes
We
my heart
listening.
feel happy. But
Mhm.
let me tell you, when you go to the right up here, they are not carrying the inventory in-house. Now it's on the north side,
What?
Right.
and it's their most asked for license plate, but they don't have it available in the inventory. So we had to fight just to get them to put it on display.
Oh,
So when
wow.
you go there, you can see
Right,
it,
right.
but you still got to wait a while. So that is something else. Collectively, community can address those issues, right?
Right.
We ask, what can we do on our watch? Those are certain things we can do in terms of voting access, in terms of the scholarship, in terms of something as simple as getting a license plate that helps fund our Juneteenth. That is our history.
Right.
You might try to forget about our history.
Right.
You might try to wipe away our history, but we're not going to wipe away ourselves.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Eli says, talk about David Hill and the Creek Nation, talking about the meeting on Saturday.
And so he has to tell me what time that is,
Mhm.
you know, but I can tell
Eli,
you.
call Regina.
And let me say this though, we certainly know that our Creek citizens, because of the treaty, they are deserving of all rights as any other member of the Creek Nation. And
Yeah.
while Chief Hill chooses not to do right, every time I talk to him about this issue, he stands flat-footed and says he's not going to allow what is right for those Creek freedmen
right.
to be awarded all the rights that they are entitled to, right?
Mhm.
So he's the chief, and the court, Supreme Court,
Supreme
Creek
Court.
Supreme Court already ruled.
Mhm.
So what's the holdup?
Mhm.
Again, there was a process that is not being followed,
Right. Right.
So when they pervert the process, right, that ain't a process we follow, and we're
Right.
gonna maintain that these citizens are citizens.
Mhm.
And as Eli says all the time, it's not by blood quantum, it's by what that treaty said.
Yes.
Right. And if
right.
it's been a year, how could there not even be one person that's being allowed to be able to register? That's just, and who's accountable? Who is he accountable to be able to, when something is passed by the courts, then he don't
Okay.
even have to
Let me ask
adhere?
you, do you heard of a man named Donald Trump? Who is he accountable to?
Uh-oh.
Right?
Well-
When the courts ruled a certain way, they ruled against him 60 times, right? Told him he was wrong. He's got the audacity. Don't watch this tonight. He's going to try to get on
Oh,
TV
yeah.
tonight and be
Yeah.
lying about
Mm.
the elections and what's coming up and what he's going to do. When you ask how is he able to do it, he's able to do it when there are other folks around him that
Yeah.
allow him to do it,
Yes.
right? And then understand this, when he can mess with your family,
Mhm.
when folks are dying in the streets,
Mhm.
there are some folks that don't have the courage to stand up to that,
Yeah.
right? You know,
Yeah.
there was a judge's house that was blown up. I think you know about
I
that,
did.
right?
I
Okay.
did. I'm
Yeah.
like,
So
this
when you
is-
ask, how does this happen? It happens through intimidation, and he's doing nothing than what other dictators have done in the past
Mhm.
in terms of you destroy media,
Mhm.
right? Because Donald Trump doesn't even want us to be able to have this conversation.
Mhm.
Right.
So when you see CNN being affected, CBS being affected,
Mhm.
how does he do it? He destroys free press.
Right.
He destroys departments. He will fix the Supreme Court,
Mhm.
right? And Congress, they don't care anything about legislating. They don't care anything about having a conscience. Many of them, they're just concerned about following the dollar
Right.
and how they're going to profit. And so when you ask, how does this happen? It happens because people are being paid off. It happens because people have no conscience and they have no God.
Yeah.
I
Oh
know.
wow.
And I talked about that, because we just recently celebrated 250 years, the birthday of the United States of America. And I was telling them, I was sitting at home thinking, happy birthday to us. But when we say God bless America, it'd be hard when you know what I mean? Because of the history.
Right. And you do know 250 years ago, you weren't in that 250
Right, absolutely.
50 years ago, because we were still enslaved people in
Absolutely.
America. Right.
Yeah.
So let's be clear about our history and let's not be afraid to talk about that. So
Right.
Frederick Douglass said, to the slave, what is the 4th of July? Right.
Exactly. And we do that on the show.
I know y'all
Don't
do.
shoot your firecrackers, but let's talk about what it really is,
Yeah, and
so that
what
we
it
know
really
that you're
means.
educated.
Yeah.
So take your day off and eat some ribs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But understand, don't be ignorant.
Yeah, and that's
what's
all we're
going on.
saying. And being, I thought that being an American citizen, you have the right to criticize America, to try to make it better.
Right.
Right. And I understand that we have made some progress in America, but in many, many ways, especially right now, we are now pre-1965, and we were fighting for our rights to vote, and understand all the gerrymandering happening in the states. It already happened in Oklahoma. So please don't act like this is just something happening in Georgia.
Right.
It's just something happening in Texas. It already happened in Oklahoma. They already
Right.
gerrymandered our districts.
Yeah.
That is why we don't have any Democratic representation in Congress today. So we talk about those issues in our town hall meetings, and it's about folks understanding this is a fight worth having.
Let
Yes.
the people know, and then I know we got some other upcoming events.
All
We're a little bit over, but this is important. How difficult it is when you have a bill or something that you're trying to pass. What are the odds? What do you deal with in just trying to get something done
Okay.
every day for us?
So what we deal with is, first of all, I'm Black, I'm woman, I'm a Democrat in a supermajority Republican-led, white dominant culture legislature, predominantly men. So what I believed and what I value, oftentimes I'm in conflict for what is being valued there, right? So a lot of times, because we are Democrats, we are not the chairs of any committees. So we do not get to determine which bills are going to be heard, right?
Right.
And I might work on 14 bills during the summer, right, about what I'm going to present. And yet you have one man or one woman that is a Republican that will decide whether or not they're going to hear your bill,
Wow.
period, in committee. And I'm telling you, I fought about, 2 months just to get one bill heard. And they gave me every excuse under the sun as to why they were not going to hear this bill. And first they tried to tell me it was not constitutional. I was like, the devil is a lie, because you cannot show me how this is not
Right.
constitutional.
Right.
And then when you knock down all of their excuses and all of their lies, right,
Right.
and you continue to be persistent, right, and by God's grace, then they just decide to hear the bill. I always say it's by God's grace, because she could have continued to tell me no.
Right.
Right.
So it's very difficult to get a bill heard, and you better be very careful when you see bills being heard and who's hearing them. You need to ask yourself, what's going on behind the scenes?
Right.
Right.
Why was that particular bill heard, right? So it's difficult. I've been blessed throughout that process to get bills signed into law by the governor, and but it wasn't without a battle.
Right.
It was not without a battle, and we will continue to fight for those issues that are meaningful to this community. And we cannot ever say, "Oh, the climate prevents us from fighting for what's right." Even the scholarship bill that we're talking about $2.3 million.
Right.
And I say this all the time, I had to fight to get the $1.5 million added to that when people said it will never happen.
Right.
Right. But it did happen, right? With the odds. And then even with that, it passed just this year, 47-0 out of the Senate. When I had Black Democrats telling me it's not going to get out of committee. So you need to ask yourself, why are you fighting against this? And who are you best serving if we're to
Yes.
be public servants?
Yes.
Right.
What public are you serving? Right?
Wow.
Right.
So you guys, the fight is always, we're going to continue. To your point, Charles, it ain't never been easy. Senator Horner told me early on, about 3 days into being in that seat, she said, "Regina, I want you to know that no matter what you do," right? And I'm grateful for the record that I have, and I go through a litany of things that have been accomplished. But she said to me, "Regina, no matter what you do, somebody's going to say, she ain't done nothing.
Exactly.
That was 3
Yeah.
days into the seat, right?
Right.
Mhm.
And so I understood that, and I understood what I was up against. And the thing is, we keep fighting. These are fights worth having. And other thing is, even we know the process, Charles. I studied before I got to the Capitol. I read the rules. I went to who was the Speaker of the House, who were the majority leaders, and I was asking about my bills being heard.
Mm.
And he gave me a number of excuses as to why he wasn't hearing my bill. And then he said, well, you know, you have to have that thing turned in 3 hours and 24 seconds before such and such. I said, well, I did. I had it turned in. I met that. He said, well, you should have gone over to the whatever. Well, I did that. Check.
Right.
And when he realized that, done everything, all the obstacles that he thought I
Right.
was going to get snared on, he then just said, well, it's my prerogative. I was like,
Oh.
okay, Bobby Brown.
Okay.
Bobby-
Okay.
So and then I realized that
Mhm.
it's not about the rules. It's not about a process.
Yeah.
It's about the power that they hold, and they can
Mhm.
hold you back
Mhm.
just by telling you no.
Mm-hmm.
And so we got to continue to fight. And sometimes when we cannot get that done legislatively, we then go to the court of public opinion,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
And we go to press conferences and things like that. And I remember I did a press conference one time because what they were doing was wrong. They literally were trying to pass a bill that said police will not be held to the same standard when it comes to abuse of citizens, right?
Mm,
They will
right.
not be held to, they were going to put this in a law.
I know.
Mm,
And
saw-
what? And so I went and I had a press conference about it, and that was able to stop the bill because, quite frankly,
And thank you.
Yes.
no,
Yeah.
the quite frankly, they were going to try to sneak it in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so because of all the publicity, the folks that wrote the bill like, oh, we didn't know that was in the bill. The devil is a lie. You wrote it. You know what's in it, right?
Right.
And they're like, we didn't know that was in the bill. And then after that
We
happened,
wrote it.
Yeah, exactly. And then after that happened, one of the members who's still there today called me into his office. He said, Regina, I just want you to know something. We get along around here.
Oh.
We get along. I said,
Wow.
what does that mean? We get
Yeah.
along around here.
Mm-hmm.
He said, why did you go to the press? He said, about that bill. I said, well, I don't remember anybody calling me up, telling me that you were writing the bill. Y'all didn't call me to the table for my input, right?
Right.
Talking about why did I go to the press? I went to the press because it's a bad bill.
Right.
That's why I went to the press, and you guys are not listening,
Right.
right? And it's that kind of quote unquote intimidation that they try to do there.
Yeah.
But again, God created an avenue that stopped that bill.
Yes.
Because it had it gotten to the floor,
Mhm.
right? It was a done deal.
Yes.
They're gonna vote it
They're
in.
gonna
Just like
vote it,
just like you see them doing in the legislature. You know, they're upside down, you know they're wrong, and they're gonna vote yes, because they don't want to upset Donald Trump, right? And my thing is, I think it was well said, is your allegiance to truth or is your allegiance to Trump? Cory Booker said that. I thought it was so well stated.
Mhm.
And so we got to continue to do what we got to do, but it is a very difficult climate. And remember, this is a climate that they were all pretty much in agreement in saying that diversity, equity, and inclusion, that they were against that, including our governor, right?
Right.
So when I sit there, when you say that, then you're saying you're against me,
Mhm.
right? You want to do away with me because
Right.
because I'm Black, I'm a woman, I'm a Democrat. If that's not diversity, equity, and inclusion,
Right.
Oh,
I don't
okay,
know.
one
yeah,
package.
and if you're against that, then you're against me, right?
Right.
And but this whole nonsense about merit, some of the most qualified folks, some of those most prepared folks are Black folks.
Mhm.
And we would not be sitting in certain positions had we not been prepared, qualified, persistence,
That's right.
patience,
Yes.
resilient, all of that. And yet they try to cast aspersions on us,
Yeah.
as you see them do,
Mhm.
right? Ketanji Brown, Cook, so many folks
Mhm.
that come prepared every morning,
Mhm.
but there's somebody that says you're not prepared.
Mhm.
And then so Lindsey Graham's sister
Mhm.
becomes a senator
Mm.
because Trump said so.
Right.
Where was the preparedness in that?
Right.
Where was
None.
the education in that? Right. That was the good old boy system that has
Yes.
always worked. That's the process that I don't trust.
Mhm.
And here we are. But yet they want to talk about, even now in Oklahoma, you've got Democrats not wanting to support other Democrats. They're talking about they're
Wow.
going to vote
Yeah.
for Republicans. Are
Yeah.
you kidding
Yeah.
me?
Yeah.
If folks are qualified and ready to do the work, why would you then call yourself a Democrat and then just switch over there and say you're going to vote for a Republican, right? Give me a break, because if you got qualified folks that are ready to go, we need to do what we need to do. That's why we have a quote unquote Democratic Party. And those things are happening right now in Oklahoma, where y'all might not know this, but Republicans raise money and endorse with dark money Democrats,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right. And that was kind of things that we're going to discuss at the town hall meeting coming up this Saturday. You got the address. We're going to take a picture and we're going to post it. And you can't fake showing up.
Yes.
So let's just start with that.
Okay, this Saturday, y'all, 3 p.m. town hall meeting, 2717 North Peoria, multi-purpose building. It's right next to the North Peoria Church of Christ. And I'm just also grateful to Pastor Blakeney, always willing to provide a venue.
Yes.
So that's where we are.
Yes.
Y'all need to show up. Another thing is when these other folks are like, it don't make no difference because they ain't going to do nothing. No. You know what? When you're talking about other folks, my question is, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Mic drop.
Yeah.
On our watch.
Yes,
what are you doing? Because
it is
there's a
our
lot
turn.
of folks that can criticize. A lot of folks that they ain't gonna do. They just up there talking. No, we're actually making progress. Come find out what is being accomplished and how did we get there. Right.
And what you can do to contribute.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's a lot. And then everybody's like, girl, I'm just tired, girl. I gotta go line dance, girl. I gotta take a break.
I gotta go play pickleball. I gotta go walk.
I'm tired. Y'all fight that fight. And then folks crack me up. They're like, girl, I'm with you, sister. Black power.
That's
go
it.
on and do that.
Keep driving.
Yes.
You better get in here.
No. We need all hands and hearts on deck, especially now, because it's your toilet paper that costs $25. It's your gas that's costing $50, right? And you need to ask yourself, why is that? Right? You keep sitting back, letting folks do stuff to you. At the very least, you got to act like you don't like it.
Yes.
Right? You ain't got to act like you like it.
Right.
Right. At least do that.
So Marquis said this, and I just wanted to interject this. He said, we just had that happen even with 38 co-authors on a bill, and one woman killed the bill. Just one woman killed the whole bill. They had 38 co-authors.
And still one woman
still died. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
all right. So again, govern yourself accordingly. We're gonna take a picture and post it. Senator, it means everything to us.
You're the master
not,
photographer.
I'm the master photographer. I'm gonna be taking pictures and doing
Photo
videos.
daddy.
Listen,
Photo
daddy.
daddy.
Photo daddy. Yeah, you just don't need somebody that's gonna pop up somewhere on the billboard and it's gonna be me.
Yes.
Damali, quickly, what else we got coming up? And because we want to make sure we gave you that time to share that information.
Absolutely. Okay, so we'll go ahead and go through these really quickly, and then we'll expound tomorrow.
Game questions.
No more the game questions. Okay, so tomorrow we're going to be talking about strength through faith. That's going to be how we wrap up the week. Don't forget the Tulsa Empowerment Network. We're going to have our next community convening on Saturday, July 18th. So we're going to have a lot to do on Saturday.
That's
okay.
a whole lot going
but
on
it's
Saturday.
from 9 until 11:30. Breakfast is going to be sponsored by NARAB. I was in contact with them this morning. They are so excited to bring you some great breakfast on Saturday morning. Then Birthright Living Legacy is going to have their park crawl on Saturday as well from 1 o'clock p.m. until 3 o'clock p.m. On here, Marquis is on here. He said so. And right after the park crawl, you guys get on over to Regina's meeting.
Just like that.
But their park crawl is going to be at Chandler Park. This is a chance for dads and children to eat food, play games, and interact. Mothers are welcome, but dad must be present to enter. Don't forget, the first official screening of the Masters of Ceremony is July 19th at 2:30 at the Circle Cinema, and it's featuring Brand J. So make sure you govern yourself accordingly. NARAB is offering their Sip and Strategize on July 22nd.
What they sipping on?
Don't start. They're
I'm
drinking
just trying to
coffee.
make
They're
coffee,
sipping on coffee.
You got to say that.
Orange juice.
Orange juice. Come
Right.
on, Regina. Yeah, he's trying to do scissor.
I'm just saying, you got to tell. When you say sipping, you got to be careful, Virginia. You can't just say we sipping on.
That's
Just
some
say
hooch.
gin and juice.
I know,
That's what
right?
you said orange juice.
Man.
Okay.
All right, so they're going to have this at Jones Co. Coffee, located at 2446 East 11th Street. So make sure you govern yourself accordingly. There is going to be a 20% off discount for food and coffee during the time of the event if you mention their flyer. And then the last but not least, Tulsa City Council District 1 Candidate Forum is going to be happening on July 30th at 6 o'clock p.m. at the Tulsa Dream Center North Campus, located at 200 West 46th Street North. This is sponsored by the Terrence Crutcher Foundation and the Tulsa Dream Center.
Just like that. Okay, y'all, we got to go.
Yes.
It's been a great
Thank
show.
y'all. Thank
We've
y'all
had
so
fun.
much. Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Thank you,
really,
sister, for coming
really
in and hanging
Always
out with
coming
us.
out.
enjoyed
Yeah.
this.
Yes.
Great job, producer. He got the crown on his head.
Yes.
You know, he
does.
smiled.
He
His
does.
shoes are shining even more and
He
more.
looking sharp. Looking sharp, y'all.
But tomorrow will be the weekend. It'll be
Yes.
the HBCU and it'll be the Divine Nine roll call and all that fun stuff. So make sure you get ready for tomorrow's
Yes.
show. Damali, great job today.
Yes.
Senator, we love you.
Yes.
Thank you for all of
Guys,
your
thank
work.
you all.
We'll see y'all tomorrow. The Community Wake Up Morning Show. I'm one of your hosts, Mr. Charles Harper.
And I'm Damali Wilson. See y'all in the morning.
See y'all later.